What's going on, everybody? I had a poll on what we were going to do today. We're still going to feature Monster Hunter Wilds, the new update today, but we're going to do an extended playthrough of it tomorrow. Now, I get off a little bit later tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go check my schedule. I think I get off later tomorrow, so I'll probably still maybe do a stream around 1. But I think it might not be at 1. I think I almost get off work at 1. Just want to take another look at my schedule for the week. Don't know if they changed it or anything. Cool. Okay, no. I'll be available. Yeah. I got a short one. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good for a game cast. I'm good for a game cast tomorrow, and I'm good for a Sunday show on Sunday. So far that I know. My mom's in Canada now, checking in on my brother. Nothing happened. Yeah, he's still in the hospital, so I guess she'll update me. I talked to her this morning. We were on camera, me and my sisters and stuff, so we're just waiting back, from word, hoping, just praying everything's all right. Okay, with that being said, I wanna do some really fun things with today's stream, so I'll just be in the bag of PS4 titles, because I'm looking at the Nintendo Switch Part 2, the Nintendo Switch 2, as a PS4 generation console that is touting certain features of a PS5, although they're not going to catch up. Now, if you don't already know, we heard from Jason Schreier yesterday that Cyberpunk 2077 is going to have a performance mode, but it's only doing 40 frames per second. It's not going to do 60. So the notion that a lot of big boy games, high level AAA quality third party partners, are going to be able to manage to get 60 frames or 4K 60, I believe is very misleading. I don't think Nintendo intentionally misled us, but I think that they allow their fans to run with certain aspects, and this isn't the first time I went head to head with the Nintendo fans. Nintendo fans really got very bold around the Wii U. If you don't know, the Wii U was, again, touted to be way more powerful than the original Wii. And it did come out in the middle of a specific generation. That was the generation of the PS3 and PS3 and Xbox 360, but it came out like towards the end of that. So long story short, people really thought that it was gonna do it, and it didn't. It died real quick. I think that the Nintendo Switch has a lot of fans, but just like the Wii had a lot of fans, over 100 million. Both systems sold over 100 million. Nintendo Switch is sitting at over 150 million consoles sold. But again, the PS2 sold over 150 million consoles. But the people that migrated to PS3 was very, very small, because PlayStation got cocky and charged like $600 for the console. So just because you have a huge install base from the previous generation does not always confirm that you're going to be able to, let me cut this off real quick. It doesn't always confirm that you're going to be able to recoup that fan base to, or let me put it this way. It doesn't always mean you're going to convince that fan base to migrate over. Not everybody, you know. Another example, the Xbox 360 had one of the biggest install bases for Xbox ever, and they were not able to get even 30% of the people to migrate from Xbox 360 to the Xbox One. They got absolutely, like, they probably got roughly 20% or lower of the people that was on Xbox 360 to actually migrate over to the Xbox One. Most people just went straight to the PS4, or they waited until 2016 E3, if you know what that one was. They waited until 2016 E3, and then they migrated over to PlayStation anyway. When they saw, Spider-Man 2018, when they saw God of War 2018, when they saw more gameplay for Horizon Forbidden West, and beta got announced for Uncharted 4. Like, there was just so many things Sony was throwing at you in E3 2016 that it was a no-brainer to migrate over or go pick up a PS4. So PlayStation 4 was able to win that generation with over 100 million consoles sold. One of the other things that's gonna, I know I'm running right into this. One of the other things that could be very interesting for Nintendo is, I know they're not going to be able to get Grand Theft Auto 6 day one. That's going to hurt their system this year. Like, this system is only going to thrive on gamers that are brain dead Nintendo fans. Like, on some real shit. I'm going to call Truity and see if he wants to get in down here. If he doesn't, that's cool. I'll do the stream by myself, because there's definitely a lot of topics to talk about. But I want to thank you guys for being here. Again, this is like our third straight Nintendo stream in a day. There is a lot of information that I knew was going to come out, and we're getting that information right now. Warlock, what's going on, man? Well, we don't have to compare them to that. We can just compare Nintendo to Nintendo, and that would be Wii U. Like, not the biggest upgrade at all. A little bit too expensive. I feel like you can compare the Nintendo Switch 2 to the PS3 and Xbox One in terms of the cockiness of the pricing of the base console. But it's a little bit different because the game prices are what a lot of people have a problem with. Me personally, I have a problem with all of the pricing, because again, we gotta do some shit. Good afternoon, everybody. This is the PlayStation Legion Red Alert, or PSL OG Red Alert, with your host JayTechTV. I want to start getting an intro so I can get you guys to help me, so we can help this community. We want to get this information out. We want to make sure gamers know exactly what's going on before journalists snipe our live streams and take our information and report on them as if they'd done the footwork, which they have been doing quite a bit. And we're going to break that down too. So if you will be so kind to hit the like button, if you have not subscribed, subscribe, so that we can get that notification, which will be presented on screen with a graphic as well as a sound. So if you haven't subscribed, you can do that and you can get a virtual shout out. No matter when you subscribe to the stream, hitting the like button definitely helps us get the live stream and all of our videos out into the algorithm. So again, the truth can be heard. More so now than ever, the truth needs to be heard, because if not, we're going to have a lot of consumers that will speak with their wallets and change the landscape of gaming. And I don't think any of you guys want to start paying $80 or $90 for games. So we have to not only help ourselves, you're not going to pick the system up, but you also have to help unsuspecting consumers, casuals. I've talked to from my aunt that has children on her side, to Uber driver that has children, about the Nintendo Switch thing and how important it is. I've talked to my community about outside of gaming, about the Nintendo Switch and how crazy these prices are. Shit, I've talked to my mom and talked to her about my coverage of this. This is big. This is a pivotal moment in gaming, and this all happened before Trump announced the tariffs. Okay, this happened before Trump announced the tariffs. So I want to say one thing: the gaming media, people like IGN, blamed the high price of the Nintendo Switch 2 on the Trump tariffs. Now remember, the Nintendo Switch 2 got revealed on Wednesday at 9 o'clock in the morning. The tariffs didn't get announced until the next day. Now, we're learning earlier this morning that Nintendo delayed the pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch 2 in the United States. Why did they delay it? Well, there's a lot of backlash. It has nothing to do with the tariffs. Nintendo announced that they're delaying the pre-orders because of the tariffs. The media gave them the comfortability and the idea to look at to blame the tariffs on everything. If you're smart enough, you'll know that's bullshit. If you're dumb enough, you won't. And I apologize. But yes, we have a lot of stupid people. We have a lot of dumb people in the world. It is the responsibility of the educated, the people that do know stuff. Whether you're like me, you may be more knowledgeable when it comes to gaming history, analytics of gaming, and where, and predicting where the industry goes. You use that knowledge to help the other people to know what the hell it's doing. I'm not going to use my power to influence you and force you to do something. No, I'm going to give you that creative freedom to understand what is going on. That creative freedom that everybody needs to be able to maybe do something like this to help other people. So please, I am begging you guys, if you know information, move it along, spread it along to other people. Don't let it stop here. Don't just tune in and just listen to what I'm saying. It's okay to help other people and educate them on what's going on. This is very important. You don't want your games to be $80 and $90. You better make sure this information reaches the right person, especially the individuals don't know shit about gaming and they are classified as casuals. You have a responsibility to help them understand what the fuck is going on. Do not blame this on Trump. You can blame a lot of other things on Trump, but you cannot blame Nintendo's pricing on Trump. Nintendo decided to do that. I'm about to go get an image up on screen, because one of the images that I'm about to get up on screen is so important that you got to see it. One of the images we're going to be showing off real soon is an image of the pre-order page for the Nintendo Switch software, their games. And you could see a big difference in who really wants games to be $80 and who is not trying to fucking rob you blind. So I got that image. Now I have multiple YouTube shorts I want to do. We're gonna try to figure out what I'm gonna do with that. I did a light one, it's an entertainment one, so we're gonna look at that. Now we're gonna get this one up. We got so many things to cover. Okay, and was that one there? Yeah, I want to get this image up, and then let me go find the image in question. Oh, we got to get that Ubisoft update. It's not this stream is not focused on Ubisoft, but there is a new financial update for Ubisoft. I guess I'm getting close. Am I getting close? No. There we go. Cool. Great. Let's go take a look. Now, also, let me take this page off and okay. I have a lot of games. You guys know I have like 700 games. There's 20 games here for PS4 and the first party and second party. I do want to use those, but I also will gladly go out to the main catalog of games that I own, and we will just go look through PS4 games, and I'll let you guys vote. I'm not gonna do a poll. I have way too many games to do a poll. I will be here all day doing multiple polls for multiple games. So if you guys can think of a game that you want me to show off, maybe it's a game that Nintendo showed off. Maybe it's a Cyberpunk. Maybe it's Elden Ring. Yes, even Elden Ring. Maybe it's any of those games. Maybe it's a first party title. Maybe you want to see Ratchet and Clank 2018. Sorry, is it 2018? 2017? Last gen Ratchet and Clank. Maybe you want to see this generation Ratchet and Clank. Maybe you want to see Knack. Maybe we want to show off any of the other kid-friendly games or the colorful games in comparison to what Nintendo is doing. Maybe it's Kenna. Maybe we want to show Kenna. But again, what we're going to do here when it comes to visual comparison is we don't need a Nintendo Switch 2 to show off visual comparisons or games that look better in that specific generation. I have tons and tons of PS4 generation games. So again, if I just switch it over to PS4 and my source of games, it would be PlayStation Store games that I currently own and I purchased. These are all, look at all these PS4 games. Look at these PS4 games I got. There are tons of PS4 games. I got, 4 PS4 games. I got games that are that were remastered from PS2, games that were remade from PS3 or 2. I have a lot of games. PSP, PS4 games. I have a lot. Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a PS4 game. Detroit Become Human. That's a PS4 game. Until Dawn. That's a PS4 game. I have a ton of PS4 games. When we talk about the Nintendo Switch, when I personally talk about the Nintendo Switch being on the power level of maybe a PS4 or a PS4 Pro, it's because I know this. I've been gaming for a very long time. I covered the entire PS4 generation on this channel. I purchased multiple games, completed multiple games, shown off multiple PS4 games. If anybody fucking knows what a PS4 game looks like, it would definitely be me. So I'm saying this with my whole heart. The PS4 is on the the Nintendo Switch 2 is on the level of the PS4. Again, this game got discontinued. I just found out today. So when I tried to go to the product page, this is what it tells me. It says this PS4 game or demo isn't playable on PS5. If the game, if you have another version of this game, switch versions and you might be able to play it on PS5. For more information, go to PlayStation.com/backwards compatibility. So the developer took this game off. I supported this game. It wasn't like the most popular fighting game, but I supported it, right? As you can see, I played the shit out of it. I got 39%, right? Okay. So with all that being said, I didn't know they discontinued it. I found out that this game is going to the Nintendo Switch 2. Do you understand the comparison between that? A game that got discontinued, there's no longer supported, is popping up on the Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo Switch 2 is a complete catch-up system. It is a catch-up system. It is a system that is playing catch-up to that generation, the PS4. It is trying to catch up to the PS4 generation. It is not trying to catch up to the PS5. It is trying to catch up to the PS4 generation. There was another game, Wild Hearts. But I think I got the PS5 version of that one. Ah. Where's it? Where is 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 it? I don't know where it's at. Where is it? I'm trying to find Wild Hearts. I know I own that game. This is a question, did I own it or did I have it on Plus? That's a good question. I owned it from Plus. Okay, I deleted it. Okay, so Wild Hearts, that's a game that I played. This was a game I played just a little bit leading up to Monster Hunter Wilds. I ultimately abandoned the game because the visuals were not good at all. And this was on the PS5. The visuals were not good. They did not give it a significant visual upgrade. Even though I was playing it on PS5, it still looked more so like a PS4 game, and a very bad one at that. The fact that they are putting this game, a game that EA abandoned after 6 months on the market, they're putting this game that, let me just go to when it came out. This game came out in 2023. They're putting this game on the Nintendo Switch. It is being sold at $70 because it's digital, and they're still trying to get $90 out of you for the complete edition. Nobody buys the game. The rating is really, really bad, and it doesn't have that many ratings. Like, only 5,000 people decided to rate this game. That is very low compared to Monster Hunter Wilds, which last time I checked is sitting anywhere. Let me actually just go check it out real quick. Monster Hunter Wilds, from 5,000 rating all the way over here to 49,000. So Monster Hunter Wild has 49,000 and Wild Hearts has only 5,000. That puts a lot of things in perspective of which game was more popular and which game survived. With that being said, again, Nintendo's getting leftovers. Why are they not getting Monster Hunter Wilds? Why are they not getting Monster Hunter Worlds? None of the God Eater games were announced, but I think some of the older ones were on the original Switch. But again, they're getting really not good ones. Okay, another example. Lords of the Fallen, which is a PS5 game. But if the Nintendo Switch 2 is on the level of a PS5, then why is it not getting Lords of the Fallen? It's an Unreal Engine 5 game. I'm not seeing that many Unreal Engine 5 games announced for the Nintendo Switch, if any. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. So, like, once you start to really analyze this stuff, just on a simple level, you can see, wow, this game isn't going over. What's going on with that? This game uses this engine. I know this game uses SSD. I know that if a game uses SSD and it's using Unreal Engine 5, then I know it must be next gen, right? Or it's this current generation. So if Nintendo doesn't have a Unreal Engine 5 game that uses SSD, and it's not on Switch, it doesn't get announced for Switch, it never goes to Switch, Is the Switch a current generation console or is it a last generation console? Them talking about 120, 60 frames, 4K, HDR, I haven't seen a game that they talked about or reconfirmed with all those features in one. Or even at least two of those features in one. The fact that we're learning that Cyberpunk is going to be 40 frames per second on performance mode for the Switch 2 is embarrassing. Especially that information comes a day after we got the information that it could do up to 120. But what games are doing up to 120? Like low level indie titles, which I would assume. It's crazy when you think of it. Well, I mean, this is the thing, man. We can hope for the best, but it's not promised. Sony may raise prices. Everybody may raise prices. We don't know. But if you currently, like me, you currently own a PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 5 Pro, count yourself lucky. You know, if you own the games that you own, count yourself lucky. Like, I have the games I needed. I have a great backlog. I have about 3 games that I want to buy for the rest of the year. I'm not going to be going crazy. And when I talk about 3 games, I'm talking about 3 major games. Death Stranding, Grand Theft Auto 6, Ghost of Yotai. Outside of that, I'm probably not going to be buying a lot of new games. A lot of older ones or ones that are marked down that I haven't picked up yet. Yes, but like any more day ones, I really got to go take a look at the calendar. But I know 3 definitive ones. It's Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotai, and Grand Theft Auto 6. If Ghost of Yotai gets delayed until next year, then it will be picked up next year or pre-ordered next year, not this year. Grand Theft Auto 6, I really hope that it comes out this year. If it doesn't, again, it'll be Death Stranding and a fucking crazy backlog. I'm fine with that. Y'all might want to take advantage of these deals, though, because they do got some fucking deals. So y'all might want to take advantage of that shit. Yeah, I'm just looking at the Nintendo Switch 2 games, and it's not making a lot of sense to me, man. It's not making a lot of sense to me. No, I've seen some stuff, but it's just not making a lot of sense to me. Let's go take a look at their treehouse. Let's go take a look at their gameplay. I don't think I need to see it. I think I saw enough of it day one. But if I'm going to be right about this, I got to go test it out. It's not looking good for Nintendo. It's Wii U all over again for them. Exactly, Henry. Like, I picked up a couple games too. So like right now, if you are see, this is one thing I'll say right now that I'm not a big fan of. Nintendo is only showing off their first party games, which are going to look good for the Nintendo Switch, but they're not the games that are going to really hopefully show what this system can do. They're not showing any third party titles running for a long period of time. They're showing small little trailers, and that's it. You can't really assess the true power of the Nintendo Switch with Mario Kart. You cannot. But we'll go take a look at it. And then we'll have to compare it to something like fucking Sonic or something. If I have a Sonic game. There's a lot of Sonic games. Let's see what we got. I got one Sonic game. So we'll have to just compare it to this. This is a PS4 generation Sonic game. There was a new one announced, but it's not out yet. So when we go take a look at the Nintendo stuff, we'll take a look at Sonic. I'm already seeing that Sonic looks better just for the fucking box art. Oh, no, music bug. Give me copyright. I already know Sonic got that fucking music. Team Adventure online multiplayer. I'm gonna do a time trial. Let's see where we can go. Somewhere cool. Seaside Hill. I need to go Seaside Hill. This music's a lot of shit. Yeah, it's already better. Yeah, I'm looking at the vehicles right now. It already looks better than Mario Kart. It already looks better. Yeah, it already looks better than Mario Kart. Yeah, it looks better. So I mean, that's the thing. Like, if the Nintendo Switch is on the level of like a PS4, but this is a PS4 game by a third party, and it's not going to be using all of the power of the PS4, that's still saying something. Now, I'm running this on a PS5 Pro. I want y'all to understand that. This is on a PS5 Pro, but this is a PS4 game. Yeah, they did. They help with a lot of games. Sumo Digital, they're a helper studio. Fuck. It's hard for me to stay on the track. Colors look good. Again, PS4 game here. Now, when the new Sonic game comes out and it's going to be touting all the PS5 features, including probably getting a enhanced PS5 Pro, then we already know the Switch won't be able to keep up with that. So yes, the Switch is on line with a PS4 or PS4 Pro. Frame rate looks good. I can't really tell you what it is because I got this stuff hooked up to the Elgato. I think I'm looking at 60, but I could be wrong. I'm not seeing anything wrong with my eyes though. Personal best is 35. I don't know, man. Where's my boost at? I don't really know what to say, man. I'm a little disappointed. Again, you have a third-party multi-platform racing game that just looks better. It's not open world. It's not doing what the new Mario Kart is doing, but it's a last generation game, and it just still looks better. It's a PS4 game. There's tons of games. Like, I'm not gonna go into it, but I took some pictures of Everybody's Golf, and the multiplayer has been shut off, which was one of the best parts. But I did take a look at it, and I feel like Everybody's Golf is in line with Everybody's Golf is in line with what the Nintendo Switch 2 is doing. So I was like, hey, let me go on Everybody's Golf and go look at my character model and see what I'm doing over there. And what I had noticed is it's still in line with the colorful kid games, but again, better resolution. It's the 60 frame looks better. The HDR looks better. Like the screenshot quality looks better. Again, PS4 game enhanced for PS4 Pro, never got enhanced for PS5 because it got discontinued before the PS5 showed up. But again, more kid-friendly game, and I'm seeing better resolution, better stable frames per second. Now, when you used to be able to go online, you could run around the entire golf course, which was amazing. So it was open world in nature on that aspect. Now that the online is shut off, you can't access those types of maps. But it did do that. So again, just looking at, more colorful, kid-friendly games. All this footage was captured yesterday. It's hard to believe that Nintendo's about to get away with what they're about to get away with. And if you seeing what I'm seeing, you're like, wait up. They do have PS4 generation graphics. And in some cases they have graphics and quality that is lower. You stupid fucking dog. Hey, shut up! God, I hate the fucking dog. I don't even know why he does it. Every time around the same time, there must be some sort of animal behind the house that he's barking at. I don't know who he's barking at. Long story. Oh my God. I love you guys. See, that's why I have the chat on. That's why I have the chat on. Thank you. Don't be afraid to recommend shit. I do have a game. I do have that game. Perfect. Somebody recommended Crash Team Racing. Warlock, you said Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth are indeed coming, but not to Xbox. Yeah, and you know how the PS4 was running Rebirth. I really don't want Rebirth to go to the Switch 2, because if it's gonna run worse than the PS4, I don't think that's a good thing, bro. That's my personal opinion. If it's gonna run like complete ass, but they start charging like $70 for that shit, yeah, bro, I can see some lawsuits. I can really see some lawsuits out here. I don't care how good their lawyers are. I could definitely see some lawsuits. Add to. I want to make a new one. The question is, do I have racing games? I had to reset my playlist, my folder a couple of times, but the question is, do I have a racing section in here? No, I don't this time around. Okay, I don't. So we'll go take a look at Crash Team Racing. Oh wow, who said that? Who said Crash Team Racing? Like that's probably one of the best recommendations. That's like one of the best recommendations I've ever heard. Like somebody was like, "Oh yeah, you should compare Crash Team Racing to Mario Kart." I think that's a great comparison. Let's see what we got: PS4 and PS5, Source, PlayStation Store, and PlayStation Plus, and then genre racing. Even Asphalt Legends looks better. We showed that off. You know, on a You gotta add them all at the same time. Let's go see what we got. We gotta add this. Lorenzo has became a member. Lorenzo is celebrating 24 months of membership with the channel. He says Nintendo Switch 2 should have released years ago. It's outdated. It is outdated. Let's go take a look. So we got Asphalt Legends. We got Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. What else we got to add to this? Wipeout, but that's on another list. But we are added anyway. We got Drive Club. We are added here. We'll add all of them. Rocket League, not really, but still, we're at it. What else are we got to add to it? No. Yes, yes. No. Yes, yes. So, my Gran Turismo Sport is still on my fucking system. Okay. Why couldn't I find it? I don't know. Need for Speed Heat. Hot Wheels Unleashed. They're telling me I don't have access to that anymore. I don't know why. Okay. Could put that on the list anyway. Need for Speed Heat. Need for Speed. I was playing Need for Speed. Okay. These will just be the only ones that I'll add to the list. So. They're telling me I still have access to Gran Turismo Sport. So I want y'all to remember, Gran Turismo Sport is a PS4 generation Gran Turismo game. They discontinued it. I can't find that shit at all. I tried. Great. There's no update for this, right? I don't think so. This is an older Gran Turismo game. We're gonna wait. Yeah, what's going on with Marathon? I saw PlayStation been teasing it over the last 3 days, so I'm wondering if they're gonna reveal anything. Maybe next week. Next week looks like it's a quiet week. I took a look at it. It doesn't look like we have any major game announcements. Nintendo did what they did. They commanded the whole. Yeah, there we go. There was an update for it. Yeah, there is an update for it. Okay. I don't know what the update is. Hopefully it doesn't discontinue shit. I can't find this game. I couldn't find this game on the store. It was very hard for me to find, period. And I didn't know why. So, something's going on where it wasn't being showed. And again, I know I have a lot of games. As you can see, over 757 games. So I didn't know what the fuck was going on with that. So while we're waiting for that, let's try Crash Team Racing. I'm not sure if this game has any updates, but this is a go-kart game. We're gonna go try this out. This came out in 2019, mind you. The new generation of gaming consoles came out in 2020. Yeah, it already looks better. Yeah, it already looks better. I forgot they added Spyro the Dragon in there. Oh, they added her in here too. Yeah, Crash's girlfriend. Yeah, it already looks better. It looks better, bro. Bro, it looks better, bro. It looks better. It looks better. It looks better, bro. What the fuck? Oh yeah, these are the polygon carts, aren't they? Yeah, the ones that are supposed to look last gen. We're not gonna do that. We want to keep these because again, just looking at this screenshot right here, you can already tell that if Mario Kart doesn't look better. I want to ask you guys a question. Who told me to play this game? You need a huge W. Who was it that said go play Crash Team Racing? I need to know which one of you guys get the biggest W in this entire stream so far. Because whoever said play this game, bro, you guys were on to something, bro. This game, we're going to zoom in. This game looks better than Mario Kart. And this is a PS4 generation game. Anybody gonna come forward? Monte White said it. Okay, Monte White, you get a huge fucking W, bro. Big shout out to my boy Monte. Because, you know, I have so many games. I need your help sometimes to know, like, hey, play this game, play this game. I have a lot of games that sometimes you just don't know which to play, even when it comes to this aspect of comparison. Anybody gonna come forward? Sorry. Monte. Sorry about the echo. And also, the music is loud. My remix is loud. I'm going to turn that down. Nobody told me the remix was that fucking loud. Why is it so loud? Where's the remix? Wow, the remix is loud as shit. No. We're going to turn that down all the way to 11. Yeah, that shit's loud. Yeah, back to it. This looks better than Mario Kart. And this is a PS4 generation game. Big shout out to Monte White with the W recommendation to play this game. Now I'm going to piss people off on Twitter because I'm going to share screenshots and video clips of this game. And it's 60 frames per second. Lovely. Perfect. Just perfect. That is perfect. I can't believe that. What color is Mario Kart? Mario's Kart is red, but I'm gonna keep it blue and yellow. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, bro, that's wild. Big W for Monte White, bro. That's a big fucking W. Great recommendation. I would have never picked this game up. I mean, it's not like I didn't have it. It's just I wasn't even thinking. I was like, bro, what can I compare to it? Look at that. It's way better than Mario Kart. Oh, okay, that's how you drift. Okay. Oh, yeah, you got different camera angles and shit. How do I boost? I know there's a way to boost. I don't know how to boost. Ha! And I was wondering if I could die in this game. Okay. What happens if I go up here? Wasn't there an open world aspect? And the monkeys up there. Hold on, quick. I think that well, wasn't. I don't know if it was open world, but the story was a little bit. Yeah, see, that's the thing, man. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. You can compare this game to Mario Kart, and the detail of the carts and characters look better on a more realistic texture level. And that right there, that is not good for Mario Kart. This is a 2019 game. It kind of supports my point that this game is a... Let me go check something real quick. Well, yeah, they released this game before you could do... Bro, are you sure this is 30 frames? Because I'm pretty sure it's 60. But I'll indulge you. You said this game is 30, so I'll just go do the research and I'll come back to you. Is Crash Team Racing 60 frames per second on PS4? No, I'm not talking about that one. Thank you. So this is what it says. I had to pick up Sonic Racing for the Switch, and while I enjoyed it, it felt like a letdown that it was locked at 30 frames while all the other versions were 60. I know I want to get Crash Team Racing, but this time I'd rather go for the PS4 version if it means a higher frame rate. The game is 30 frames per second on all consoles, including PS4 Pro. You're not getting better frame rate. And somebody corrected him and said, actually, it runs at 60 frames later. Blah, blah, blah. I see 60. I don't see 30. I could tell you how I can see 60. Oh, no. These things they're spinning around, that's 60 frames. If you're looking at this live stream and you see 60 frames, because this live stream is 60 frames, it's 60. Not only because the live stream is 60, this image is 60. That's why it looks so clear. If those little collectibles that I got, if they were like spinning around at 30, but this is a 60 frames per second stream, it would hurt your eyes. It's not, this is not 30. I would have told you it was 30 because it would have hurt my eyes. This is 60. And that's the thing, exactly. Crash Team Racing isn't trying to be realistic. Just like Ratchet and Clank isn't trying to be realistic, but they have realistic properties. No. I'm streaming to you, but I'm looking on my TV. I'm playing at 60. I see a 60 image. Oh, I forgot I had the little Jeep. Yeah, that's right. Now, I'm running this on a PS5 Pro too, so I don't know what got boosted, if it got boosted. You know what I'm noticing? That the Pro is enhancing some of the performance, so it's going above what it should be. But I think the standard race is 30. But the menu, when I'm looking at the character, all of that stuff is 60. Why, I don't know. But it's like, it's 30 here, but it wants to be higher. It tries to be higher. But it's not. But a lot of the things in the menu, they're 60. This is not 60, but it's not 30. But that's only because of the system. Fuck. That's my fault. Yeah, that's my fault. That's my fault right there. Oh, it's that fucker. No! Fucking bitch. Get this shit off of me. I didn't know it was a race. I thought this, like... Okay, now I understand. It's this piece of shit that's doing this stuff. I'm gonna whoop your ass, buddy. There you go. I didn't know it was somebody putting those bombs out until the last minute. Skunk crash. I ain't gonna lie, I still look better than Mario. And you could take a look at the animations of the characters, how they move, attention to detail. This is a better, quote unquote, children's colorful game. It's not trying to be realistic, but it has realistic properties. It's not trying to be over the top, but it easily is able to do that with the animations of the characters. Crash his tongue out, his hair waving in the wind. Not much hair, but they still said, let's go do that. Also with the fur or his ears. Ears are not as long as this guy, but they still like, hey, we're going to have this move as well. The tire treads on the ground. how everything moves on the truck. I wish it was 60. This was an Activision situation. I think they discontinued it a little bit early. They never really put a patch in there. I've been looking all over the internet for the last 7 minutes, and yeah, it looks like my last piece of research is that people wanted them to add a 60 frames per second patch, but they never did. The PC fans did, but yeah. Crash Team Racing got a 60 frames per second patch, but Nitro Fuel will likely never get one. They say Nitro Fuel does have 60 frames per second patch on a jailbroken PS5. Yeah, but nigga, I don't have a jailbroken PS5, and most people don't, so yeah, it doesn't have one. Missed opportunity. I don't understand that. What? This one person says, but it got patched a year ago or so. Look up Digital Foundry YouTube channel. They've showed that got a 60 frames per second now. Let me go check this out. Man, I'm doing a lot to prove this nigga wrong, but I'm not trying to. I just want to get the right information out there. I see 60, but not in all cases. And it's not for lack of trying from the PS5 Pro. Crash Bandicoot. Oh, shit. I said the wrong thing. Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel. Oh, damn. What the fuck? Okay, here we go. Again, I will always try my best to put the right information out there, not the false information. I know what I'm seeing. Let's go take a look. Okay. I don't want to see that. I want to see the performance. Go to the performance. This is before Digital Foundry did timestamps. Okay. Let's go take a look.
Full screen and per object blur is used, and the sampling quality is among the best I've seen this generation. It looks natural and above all, blends the frames together to avoid a jittering effect.
They're saying how good it looks. I want to see that performance.
There's very little to complain about, besides more obvious hiccups between scene changes right at the start.
So this Xbox One is 30.
Causing minor screen tear at these points, but that's the extent of it. Moving to PS4, it's the same again, only that 30 FPS cap is held with virtually no signs of screen tear.
Okay, 30 frames per second on PS4 and Xbox One.
Even with the move to 1440p, PS4 Pro doesn't buckle. And the res boost is instead with the increase in GPU power of the base machine.
Okay, so it looks clearer, but it didn't get 60 frames. I don't know what this guy on Reddit's talking about. That's why you always got to double check people. And that's why I wanted to double check him, see what he was talking about. So the game should be 60, but they didn't do 60.
As well optimized as Nitro Fuel is across the board, there's always one stress point. And given it's 1080p on Xbox One, I used this as a starting point to track it down. Between these four consoles, base Xbox One should in theory be the weak link hardware-wise. Particularly so in multiplayer. Splitting the screen 4 ways forces the hardware to render out multiple parts of the stage at once. Even so, the end result is...
I'm not seeing anywhere say 60 here. So the person that said that it got 60, I don't know what he's talking about. I'm not seeing anything that says shows 60. But somebody did do a comparison between the two games. Mario Kart 8. Yeah, either way, without 60, it still looks better. Which is a pretty fucked up. But that's what I mean. I'll say this: I did defend Nintendo in one aspect a while ago, and I said that even if they have power, their first-party studios may not know how to use it for a while. They could have got better visuals out of Mario Kart, but they just are not familiar with that level of power. But maybe it's because they wanted to do open world, or it's Nintendo. They don't have to make things look real. They don't have to make things look really good. People will still just buy it. Yeah. That 60 looks fucking soft though. It would have definitely made Wait up, why is he zoomed in so quick, zoomed in like that? And why does it look so pixelated? My image for Crash Bandicoot does not look like that. Look at my shit. Like, I zoomed all the way into Crash Bandicoot, and it does not look that fucking pixelated. This is, see, again, this is why I don't trust some people to do analysis, because, hey, bro, I'm doing the same thing he's doing, bro. What the fuck? Is he running this on Switch? Maybe, oh, maybe he's running it on Switch. They did have cart customizations on the, what is it, Mario Kart 8.
So, as far as the multiplayer goes, I think Mario Kart 8 does a slightly better job at this. Now, let's get into the real meat of the experience, the actual racing itself, especially in how the vehicles handle in both games. Here's where Crash Team Racing really shines. CTR's excellent drifting, boosting, and jumping mechanics feel far more satisfying than the fully designed Mario Kart 8.
They said this one feels better. It does, but if it would have got 60 frames, it would have just been leaps and bounds ahead. I think that the maps on Mario Kart are better because they're bigger and they're crazier. But yeah, it does feel good to race around on. It's another game that I could compare it to. Wait. There's another game. There was a Disney kart game. There it is, called SpeedStorm. Yeah, let's go test that out. Now, SpeedStorm has its own unique art style, but it is a next generation game with 60 frames. So we could test that out. We'll come back to it once it's done installing. But yeah, we could test that out. I know there's a lot of kart games, but not a lot of them. I don't know how many of them have like 60 frames. Yeah, there's a lot of kart games there. It's just I don't know how many have 60 frames, and I don't know how many of them they really tried hard on. Nickelodeon Kart 1, Nickelodeon Kart 2. Yeah, this just on a cartoony shit like that. You can't compare that to Mario Kart. Nah, you can't compare that. I think the best thing that you could compare it to is probably gonna be Crash Team Racing, even though it doesn't have 60. It should. In all cases, it definitely should. But for some reason, they didn't do it. And they cut support before next gen, before PS5 came out. So, oh, we got another exclusive PlayStation Plus Disney Speedstorm character. This one looks dope. All black. Oh yeah, give me that. That looks dope. I've been picking up a lot of that free shit from that. So let's go back into it. We're gonna go over to Nintendo's account. We're gonna go take a look at Mario Kart. This time when we look at Mario Kart, we are gonna be looking at a more playable version that's not snipped together of good trailers, good scenes. So that's gonna be fun. Yeah, Activision was on that bullshit. I was like, bro, they could have easily added 60, but I don't know, man. Their whole focus was on Call of Duty, even when they were making Crash and Tony Hawk and stuff like that. Exactly, like I mean, me too. I'm part of that crew. I was waiting for Nintendo to do something good, and I am a little pissed off that they dropped the ball. Like, it's nobody else's fault. It's not PlayStation's fault for having a better system. It's not Xbox's fault for having a better, more powerful system. It's, at the end of the day, it's Nintendo's fault. They decided to go and be cheap when it came to hardware, and with all those gimmicks, that's just what happened. They posted a new gameplay 1 hour ago, by the way. Grand Prix gameplay, 18 minutes. Let's go take a look at this. Whoa, what the fuck? Ain't that the guy that do painting? They're definitely Nintendo content creators, because look how fucking polite and nice and professional and like so nice. Yeah, Crash is better than this. Yeah. Crash doesn't have 60 frames, but the graphics are way better. What in the fuck, bro? What in the fuck? Wow, this is a game that they're gonna like sell the system to, only because they want kids to buy it, or they want to trick the kids into tricking the parents to buy it. But man, if you're an adult, you look at this and you're like, nah, I'm good, man. Like, Nintendo's lucky there's not a lot of people doing like Mario Kart type games. There is a new Sonic Kart game coming out, Sonic Racing, that I might end up picking that up because I know it's gonna be 60. Is Sonic Racing on PS4 at 60 frames?
These are the top results.
And this week, Sumo Digital returns with Team Sonic Racing. Now we've got two big Sonic fans in the room to discuss this. It's myself and John Linneman.
Hey Tom, you've been Super Sonic Racing this week?
I certainly have. Definitely has been the highlight of this game, hearing out the soundtrack that courses through this and all the homages you have to the series legacy. Obviously today we're just going to look at what we've got on our plate with the PlayStation 4 and PS4 Pro versions.
I'm still here, guys. I just want to go get the part where they talk about 60. So, Sonic Team Racing is 60.
File your taxes free.
But I got 85 advertisements.
App and get your maximum
Shit.
The game was delayed initially. I'd played this at a couple different trade shows over the last year.
Right.
And every time it was shown, the frame rate was abysmal. Obviously, you know, things like performance tend to improve as development goes on, but what I've found is what you see at a trade show is usually not that far off, especially within a year span. It's usually not that far off from what the finished product will be. But here, I feel like they've made massive strides since those initial showings, especially in the Pro, because they're kind of hitting 60 frames per second most of the time. Like I said, though, on the Pro, there is kind of a caveat there, I think you said.
Yeah, I think so. I played first on the Pro back home, and just judging it by eye, I was thinking, there are some drops here, but it's mostly 60 FPS, as you say, V-synced, and it's a breath of fresh air coming from the 20 to 30 FPS back in the day on the last-gen machines. But there are drops. I think they've got sort of a double buffer V-sync style drop where you'll get a kind of a note.
I noticed 60 frames per second, but I did want to test out Crash Team Racing because I know the textures and everything look way better. When I'm looking at Mario Kart, I'm starting to see inconsistencies. And even though this is running at 4K 60, they uploaded it at 4K 60, it doesn't look like a 4K 60 game. It looks like a 60 frames per second game, definitely. But I'm not seeing anything that kind of takes me out with the 4K. I feel like they could have went all out with better textures, shadows, and stuff like that. Again, me just being accurate on the shadows, sometimes when you're racing around, you don't see the full shadow. You see more of just a circle, like a black circle, and then sometimes you do see the shadow. But I feel like they could have went a little bit better on the visuals. So like with Princess Peach, instead of just making a spaghetti yellow hair, it could have had more strands of hair, more detail on that. Again, we look at games like Crash Bandicoot that did better on fur, better on hair. We also look at games like Ratchet and Clank that did better on hair and better on fur and better on other materials, hard surfaces, soft surfaces, water, stuff like that. And I just feel like they could have did really, really good here, but they didn't. You know, I feel like they could have did a lot better, but they didn't. And it does look more of the same. It looks like, again, I guess you're right. It looks like Mario Kart, you know, the next Mario Kart. But I don't feel like it's visually that much better outside of, again, some new features or maybe HDR, better reflections on some of the vehicles. But not ray tracing, but reflections on the vehicles. You know, I think after seeing the Mario movie, and I watched it 2 times. I watched it live day one. I went to the movie theater to watch the Mario movie day one. I've recently watched it again on Amazon Prime over my sister's house maybe a month or 2 ago. That's what I expected. Or something closer to those visuals. I feel like they just was like, hey, we don't have to try hard because we're Nintendo. And people are going to support us regardless. And that's what they did here. They could have did much, much better. They're currently bragging about them having the power, but they're not showing it off. They're doing a bare minimum with their system seller. I mean, I remember, what was it, Astrobot. They went above and beyond. To the point that people were like, they should just make a full Astrobot game. That's how we got the Astrobot game, because Astro's Playroom was so well done that people was like, hey, you should just go make a Astrobot game because you're so good. You did such a great job. This doesn't like scream, hey, you should make a fucking another Mario Kart because you're not trying as hard. Well, I'm not seeing a drop in frame rates. But I am going to go take a look at another video. Because I know they did another treehouse right here. So we're going to go take a look at this one and see if it looks better. And I'll let you know. Let me get the chat off, if y'all don't mind. Well, no. I don't think the chat's covering up that much. Okay. Again, 60 frames per second is apparent. I like a little bit of the shininess of the boots and stuff like that. Again, animations are much better because of the 60 frames. That's what I'm seeing right here. I am using an OLED TV, so this looks amazing on OLED. I'm not going to even fucking lie to you. This looks great on OLED, on an OLED TV. But again, it is Mario. It is like Super Mario. So, I don't know, man. I feel like they could have went a little bit better on attention to detail. They could have probably got closer, not directly, but closer to the Super Mario movie visuals. But I feel like they didn't do that. But they could have, but they didn't do that. I still feel like the attention to detail on Crash is better, but I feel like the maps on Mario Kart are better than Crash's maps. They're bigger, they're more extravagant, you know, so Mario Kart wins when it comes to maps. It also wins when it comes to 60 frames because, again, Activision's dumbass never updated their fucking game. It was their fault, so that's not a me problem, that's a them problem. So we're now looking at single player, supposedly without split screen to give them the benefit of the doubt. Still looks pretty much the same, but it looks much better. Now, once it's running now, I don't see like the clearest image. I see some pixels at the top of the hat of Mario that are not as smooth as I would think. But the texture of the hat is very smooth. I know it's a video game, but you can just tell that it's soft texture. So that's really good to see. Same thing with Donkey Kong. You can tell that he has soft fur just by the way that they did that. 60 frames makes everything look even smoother. They could have went all out on everything, though. I feel like they could have. Maybe time constraints, you know, I don't know. Knowing Nintendo, though, unlike PlayStation, and even Xbox, and third-party partners that have made games with PlayStation and Xbox, they're not going to feel the need to release a patch every other month to update textures or anything, or a apology patch, because now Nintendo is selling those patches. Where PlayStation would only charge you $10 if there is a remaster of a game that they clearly know most people own. Nintendo is like, nah, we're charging you for the upgrade of the patch as well for the game that we know that you own and that you're going to go play again on the new system. So that's a little fucked up. So I wouldn't expect Nintendo and their developers to go all out on enhancing stuff that I clearly see that they could do better in. But again, they can write it off as, hey, this is just art style. That right there I'm not a big fan of, but they could just write it off as this is the art style. When you drift, I don't see any tire treads. I see tire treads that are already on the map on corners that you would obviously drift on, but I'm not seeing any tire treads when you drift. Now, I don't know if that's always been in the series. Railings that you can grind on. That looks pretty fun. Frame rates breaking down right there at the end. I don't know what that was about. Maybe there's a problem with their stream. I do like that they've now like kind of changed Donkey Kong back to his classic form, because they had the N64 Donkey Kong for a long time, but now they changed him back to like classic Donkey Kong from Jumpman with the eyes and stuff, and I think that was pretty dope. They did that in the movie as well. Would I pay another $450, $500 for this? No. Because when it comes to racing games, it really has to be good to have my attention for me to play the fuck out of it. And if this is going to be like the main showing of their power and they don't have anything else, or the other games that they currently own I already have access to, then I as a adult console gamer, yeah, there's absolutely no reason. If I'm always out the house, I would say there would be a reason because of the portability. But if I'm always in the house, the system is automatically going to be compared to my PS5 Pro, and that will make the value of this system less than what it should be. And I'm just being honest. I feel like if you're always out the house and you want something like this, yeah. But then if you're always out the house, you're not going to get these visuals because these visuals are on a TV. You're going to still get 1080p 60. Really confusing. It'd be nice if they had like one of them New York City maps from the movie, or had a whole Super Mario movie map, some shit like that, or they had a Super Mario that looked like the one from the movie. I feel like they really should have taken advantage of that art style, since they made so much money from the movie and they said it was good and they said they liked the movie. The fact that it's just still pretty much more of classic Super Mario. The art style, I mean. Yeah, the maps, I'll say one thing. The maps is where Mario Kart shines. That's where Mario Kart shines more than any other of these types of games. The maps might not shine that much on attention to detail with characters or even the carts, but the maps, that's where it shines. These are some pretty big, crazy looking maps. I gotta give them that. The maps look amazing. And I like that, you know, even when you're racing, you got like traffic, just normal people riding around the streets. I like that. That's pretty cool. There was a couple of Need for Speed games back in the day that used to do that. Yeah, I'm guessing your daughter's getting older, so she probably like growing out of Mario and shit. Like for the nostalgia thing, yeah. You know, I would play a Mario game, but there's a couple of Mario games that I play when I feel nostalgic on, you know, Dreams and shit like that. As long as Nintendo doesn't copyright the shit out of Dreams again. But yeah. Let's go take a look and see if SPEEDSTORM. How long is it gonna take? How did it take it so long? Is there something else installing? I don't know. Let's take a look at another PS. Oh, this one might be good. This one actually might be good. I think I got a surprise for you on this one. Gran Turismo Sport. Let's see if they still let me play this game, because I know one thing is that they taken everything off of the store. They took everything off the store, so it got updated. It got the new information for Sony 2024. Okay. It still looks like it is. They said online service has ended. Damn. Well, that sucks. I guess I know why it's not on the store no more. Because they ended the service. Yep. They're like, hey, go move over to Gran Turismo 7. I already figured that. Let me go to a time trial. Let's go. They have some pretty damn good maps here, so I'm not complaining. Come on, bro. Where's my fucking stuff at? Why can't I see my my cars? Not all my cars are popping up. What's going on with that? There's something wrong with that. What is going on here? I don't know. Maybe they took it offline and I had some skins or whatever. I don't know. So if I remember correctly, I think that Gran Turismo Sport was 60 frames. I don't know if it went to 4K 60 or it was 1080p 60, and I don't remember if it had any type of ray tracing, but I do know I had good performance. But this is Gran Turismo Sport, not Gran Turismo 7, and this is how good it looks. So I don't know, man. Yeah, they definitely discontinue. I figured once they put 7 out, they were gonna discontinue the old one. A lot of other devs do it. They make a more of a announcement about it, but I don't think I caught that announcement. But I was a little curious. Again, just for research reasons, for Nintendo Switch Part 2, I wanted to see what this game looks like in comparison to whatever they're showing. And it already just looks better. It's I'm running this on a PS5 Pro. It was enhanced for PS4 Pro. So I would assume that on a PS5 Pro it looks even better. The trees in the distance still look like ass, but it's less convenient. Yeah, let me get up out of here. I don't know what that bullshit was where I was trying to look for a vehicle, but I couldn't see my vehicles because they shut off the online, I guess. So I can't, like, if I try to pick a vehicle, they won't show it. It's crazy because I have a lot of vehicles. I had a lot of vehicles with like skins and shit. Let me see. Can I check my garage? Where's my garage at? No, that's not there. Escapes. Not the Escapes brand. No, not that. Sport. Participate in the online race. Arcade. VR. No. Library. We don't have access to any of this. All of this has been taken because it's not online anymore. Yeah, so I would assume that all of the cars, all the cars that I had, all the cars that I had that had custom skins on it. That's probably why I couldn't see them, because they had custom online skins. Damn, that sucks. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Or even if the license didn't expire, they're like, hey, we're not going to pay like double license. Like we got a new car game. We're not going to pay for that one. We're just going to, Oh, that's probably what the patch was, because I was playing offline, you know, just now. But yeah, it kind of sucks. Well, SPEEDSTORM is almost ready. We're going to test that out. But because of the art style, I definitely think Mario Kart beats it on the art style. 60 frames, I don't know. And probably the map is going to beat it. But I feel like if you're on like a adult level of gaming, I feel like you probably going to hang with Sonic, their new kart game. This is really just still for kids. That's pretty dope. You got a burger. You know how much I love me some good video game food, so that's a plus. Again, the maps are fucking crazy. I have to give them credit for that. The maps are crazy, and as how much I love to explore and look at detail, I would probably be a big fan of just free roaming most of the time, just looking at the detail of all these maps. Wow, you can grind the train tracks. They're playing, I guess they're playing against a computer. Because if they were playing online, I would expect it to be a lot more competitive. It's very, very quiet. I want to see when everybody online and how crazy it gets. Yeah, I've imagined that quite a bit. All they would have needed to do is unlock that frame rate, and PS5 Pro would have handled the rest. Maybe, I know this sounds funny, but you probably could expect it. Maybe PlayStation makes an Astrobot kart game, like an Astrobot kart game with the different PlayStation characters. Or make a PlayStation kart game for PlayStation characters. I could see them doing some shit like that. That'd be funny. They would do it much better than this, guaranteed. It's a charming game. It's the price that's really gonna scare people though. Like, you can look at the game and say, yeah, that's dope, that's nice, but $80, that's gonna stop a lot of people. And I do mean a lot, not half, a lot. More than half of the people that actually wanted to buy the next generation of a Nintendo console, they're gonna stop and they're like, nah, I'm not doing that. Now, I don't agree with this right here when it comes to Dreamcast guy. He says 7 hours ago, Nintendo raising the price of Nintendo Switch 2. And he puts a clickbait thumbnail saying $600 now. That's not true. We don't know what the tariffs are going to do. But we do know that the system has been official. Pre-orders for the system in the United States have officially been delayed. Now, Nintendo says that the launch is not delayed because they don't want to throw away money. If I was them, I would delay the launch. And I do predict that they will inevitably probably have to delay the launch. Again, you wanted to launch your system in the middle of the fucking year, and you think people going to spend $450 to $500, and then every game is $80 to $90. That's an easy $600 purchase, even if you're buying one game with it. Now, if you get the bundle with Mario Kart, you're paying $500, and then if you wanted to buy any other game, then it's probably still gonna be going to $600. But if you just buy the bundle, you'll probably pay like $5 in tax, and then you're good. If all you wanted to do is play another Mario Kart. But I know some of the more adult gamers that wanted to support Nintendo, that may not be the game that you want to buy the system for. But they're hoping that that's the game you buy the system for. Let's go take a look at some of these images that we haven't shared yet, so we can break down this information. Sorry, taking so long to get to that. So while we're on the topic of prices, we're gonna go take a look at this. So as you can see, Mario Kart is $80. The Zelda Breath of the Wild Nintendo Switch 2 edition is $70. I don't understand that though. See, it's just a remaster of an old game. The original game is still $54. I checked it in my local Walmart. So, Breath of the Wild for the normal Nintendo Switch is still $54, which is only a few dollars off from the original price of $60. So, they're charging you $70 for a remaster. That's fucking crazy. Donkey Kong Bonanza is coming out straight at $70. Again, it really puts things into perspective. That's a brand new Donkey Kong game at $70 versus the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Nintendo Switch 2 edition. It doesn't say remaster. It doesn't say remake. It's just Nintendo Switch 2 edition. And I've seen the comparison. There's not much to talk about. But we will take a look at that. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Nintendo Switch version, $80. Why? I don't know. Just $80. Super Mario Jamboree plus Jamboree TV, $80. Why? I don't know. You scroll up here, and this is where it gets really funny. Street Fighter is coming over there with year 1 and year 2 fighters for $60. So a third-party developer is not charging you $80. It's not charging you $70. It's charging you $60. Bravely Default from Square Enix, they're charging you $40. They know the game is old. They know it's not much to look at. They're charging you $40. I understand that. Then you go all the way back to Kirby, the new Kirby game. Or, sorry, not the new Kirby game. The old Kirby game. It says Kirby and the Forgotten Lands Nintendo Switch 2 edition plus Star-Crossed World, right? Which is, I guess, an expansion or DLC for that. And they're charging you $80 again. So who's really raising the price of games? It's Nintendo. All their first-party games are $70 to $80. The third-party developers that we got on this page, $40 to $60. Like, Nintendo is insane. For them to blame the delay of the pre-orders on Donald Trump and the tariffs is insane. Everybody does not like their pricing. No one likes this shit. Even the fans hate this shit. That's almost $100 purchase for a single game. That's crazy. That's insane. So again, we're seeing right here in front of your face that it's Nintendo trying to get away with charging you a shitload of money. It's not any of the other developers, at least yet. But Nintendo's the one trying to raise the price of games. Now remember, all of this was posted before the tariffs went into effect. All of this was posted before China announced their tariffs. True Woody has became a member. True Woody celebrates 57 months of membership. He said, he said that's Nintendo, and sadly, they will get away with it because no one holds Nintendo feet to the fire. To me, the Switch 2 is just a Wi-Fi U 2. I think you meant to say Wii U. I think you meant to say Wii U. You should jump in the chat while I'm in here. But I also wanted to take a look at another image. Now, this is just an update. This is just an update. Ubisoft stock has fallen even worse. I think it was somewhere at like, I don't know, bro. That shit was like 3.0, above 3.0 when Assassin's Creed Shadows came out, and everybody was lying to me about how good it was and how great the sales were, and I kept telling y'all if they're not giving us sales numbers, they're lying to you, and everybody said they're not, and I kept saying they are, and I still haven't gotten an apology from everybody that said that I was lying about Ubisoft's financials. Yeah, they ain't looking like they gonna be in a good spot at all. Like they almost hit rock bottom, and I do mean that. You can literally see that from the last time we reported their sales dropping, their stock dropping. It dropped even more. That's how bad it is.
Ubisoft is doing bad. That's all it is.
So I just want to give y'all that nice update. If y'all want to give me an apology, y'all can clearly do that, but I know a lot of you guys aren't going to do that, but I told you so. I told you so.
Ubisoft was never gonna. Was always in. Ubisoft always had problems.
Let me also give a nice little update on this theory that I have, and I don't think a lot of people are noticing this theory. I told True Woody about this earlier, and this is the GameStop theory that that Nintendo Switch 2 is going to kill GameStop.
Hey, what's up, man?
Who just joined?
Hey, that stock thing is brutal. Look at that. It's beautiful.
Yeah, with Assassin's Creed. Yeah, that's just funny. So here we go. It says, farewell physical media. Some Nintendo Switch 2 games aren't on the cards. Old man yells at the cloud. Huh?
Did you check the free chat back when they announced that a few days ago? I was yelling about it with Bravely Default. I was pissed.
Yeah, but listen to this. I don't think a lot of people are looking at the other aspect. If that's the case, that means once you use the code, you can't resell the game. So isn't that going to hurt places like GameStop?
Yeah, it's gonna hurt them, definitely. It's been mixed messaging though. That's the problem. There's been messages that said you could just put it in and link it to your account and link it up to 4 accounts. There's been messages that said once. It's like all over the place.
But even if you can link it up to 4 accounts, you're not gonna. When you trade it in, there's no way you're gonna have the key or give them the key.
No, the key is a cartridge, and you'd have the key, but it wouldn't work basically if it was linked to that.
If it was linked to another account, so if you try to trade that key in, it wouldn't work for somebody else. Yeah, so Nintendo's actively.
Okay, no. But here's the thing: even if that cartridge is the key, you gotta take a look at it like this. How would GameStop know? And on top of that, how would anybody else purchasing that game know? That
they definitely wouldn't want to take it in as a resale. I tell you that.
Exactly. Yeah, GameStop's going to know of this.
No, they're not. No, they're not going to know how many people have actually bought it. Like,
No. True Woody, listen, it's not about that. It's like GameStop knows that it's a one-time use. So if anybody was to try to resell it, that's what Warlock is saying. GameStop won't take it as a resale because they already know how this system works. Yeah, so they're not going to take these as resales.
Yeah, that's That's horrible for certain things. There's
Yeah,
no
this
reason
is
for
pretty
somebody-
fucked up, man. Like I looked at my local Walmart today. All of the Nintendo first party games are still like $54. Specifically, they're all specifically $54. Original price $60. They only dropped like $4 or $5 in
That's
7
the
years.
That's the only thing they drop only by $5.
Bro, I'm like, bro,
You know-
like I'm looking at Nintendo like y'all niggas greedy, but I think finally people gotta understand how greedy you are. Also,
as I said, Jay, as I said earlier, I think they might end up becoming the new Wii U too. Like they just don't learn from their mistakes.
I'd say one thing, that using the game key card just shows how greedy you are if you're the one to use it. Did you notice that Nintendo's themselves aren't using it, but Square chose to use it? Square's like, oh hell no, I'm not letting you guys have this game actually be able to have it with Bravely Default, which has been trapped in 3DS prison since its release back in 2014.
remember that.
Square's the one who's doing that. And so is Capcom. Did you notice Capcom did it too?
Yeah.
And it's obvious they don't need to, because that game, if I remember correctly, is under 64 gigabytes. With Street Fighter 6, if I remember correctly. Because those cartridges, I believe, are 64 gig carts.
At the end of the day,
And
most devs want to eliminate used game market. So I can understand
Of
why
course.
some of them are using it. Yeah, most devs want to eliminate the used game market. But those stores
hell,
that
they can-
support used games like GameStop, that's one of the reasons why they still sell when it comes to physical. Like if you kill GameStop, good luck. Especially Nintendo. Everything they're doing right now to kill GameStop is not going to help them in the long run. Like, that's crazy, bro. Parents are going to have to go to Target, Best Buy, Walmart, Amazon, shit like that, but no more GameStop. They get away with this
They
shit.
just relevancy. Instead, they got to try to expedite it, you know?
Well, I wanted to talk about this next image right here. And I told Truity about this advertisement, a couple of the PlayStation portable advertisements where at the end of the ad, you see a PlayStation Portal next to a PS5. And I saw this last year, and I had the bright idea that they should bundle the Portal with the PS5. It's not a direct competitor to what Nintendo is doing with the Switch, but if some gamers want to play on the tablet in their house or outside the house, I mean, you have an alternative, so to speak.
Oh, outside the house, yikes. Streaming outside the house is really bad. And
Well, I mean, not streaming, but,
get
you know, like using Wi-Fi outside the house.
yes, if you're streaming the game regardless from your PlayStation with a remote play.
Yeah, here's the thing though. It's recommended that you have your computer hooked up to an Ethernet cable. So
No, we're talking about even if you have it hooked up to an Ethernet cable, hooked up to the network. If you go somewhere else, like one of those hotels, and they don't have amazing Wi-Fi, which is 9/10 of hotels. I was just at a hotel in San Antonio for the job site, and believe me, I wasn't even allowed to get on the Wi-Fi with my Steam Deck. I had to use my Wi-Fi hotspot to play Zelda Zone Zero to do my dailies. And believe me, it wouldn't play nice with the Wi-Fi. And if I remember correctly, the Switch wasn't playing nice with it either. So that's a thing. And I think the Portal had the same issue originally, where it couldn't hook up to the web browsers, hotels properly, and get logged in. And that's an issue that no one talks about because they're not out there. But these hotels have websites. You have to boot these splash screens. And if those splash screens don't work, you can't log in. And even if you're able to log in, the connection is bad.
I'll say
Like,
this.
it's real
I remember you bringing this up to me before, but I also remember telling you that I wouldn't be using this at a hotel. I would be using this at somebody else's like house or something. So like when I go to my sister's house or maybe watch my nephew or whatever, she has her own Wi-Fi. It's protected and it's good. It's okay. So if I was to use my Wi-Fi, like, and I'm not talk. I want you to be 100% understanding. I'm not talking about my experience with hotels. No. I would not be using the portal at a hotel, and a lot of other customers of this would not be using it at a hotel specifically, right? But we would be talking about you're visiting relatives, Christmas, holiday, like Thanksgiving, and you're going to someone else's house and they have Wi-Fi and it's good. Now that right there, that would be a good gift. Again, it's only $200. It ain't shit. So whether you're gonna use it all the time or not, it's not that big of a purchase deal. But I feel like if this is something they want to do, then do it. I feel like right now with Switch is such a, I don't know how to say that. It's just a bad taste in a lot of gamers' mouth right now. I mean, I get PlayStation has percentages of capitalization right now. I mean, they could capitalize. They've already made the advertisements, by the way. They have like 4 different PlayStation Portal advertisements. 3 with the boy from Stranger Things, and one new one that just had a generic family playing it in around the house, like during a cookout day. They were cooking out and took the portal. I don't want to be in the front of the TV. I want to be in my bedroom. I'm going to use the portal. Oh, I'm going to pass it to my little brother. He's over there. I want to use the portal. Oh, my dad's outside by the pool waiting for the food to cook on the grill. Oh, I'm going to use the portal. So there was that. That was the advertisement. I can pull it up too, but that was the advertisement. So when it comes to that right there, like, again, me personally, I would not recommend people playing their Nintendo Switch outside the house, because I'm in an area where people will rob you. They know what a Switch is. And I'm talking about the first Switch. People got robbed a lot for their Switches. People get robbed for their cell phones in my area. So I think I've only ever saw 2 people ever have a Switch in my whole life that played it outside, that I didn't know, that were like, and it was like a kid a few years ago, and then somebody on a train or a bus or something. And then after that, I've never seen anybody like really like use a Switch. It's a big system, and the new one's even bigger, but it is like a tablet now in size comparison. And you want to get robbed, it's a great way to get robbed. So it's a $500 piece of technology in your hand. So,
oh, I know, Monte White. Hotel Wi-Fi is trash, and the problem is that if you're going into doing like my job, it's useless. Basically, a streaming device like the Portal is useless. I literally have no use for it. Like, and packing the PS5, I debated it for this week, but then it was like, oh, that thing's a pain in the ass to get to sit back up multiple times. It's just a pain in the butt to get it put away, get everything ready to go when you're leaving the hotel. Because whenever I work, you only get a certain number of days, and then you just leave in the morning right before you go to work for the final day. So it's a little different.
So what are your thoughts on these tariffs? Because a lot of content creators are just randomly saying, "Oh, it's going to cost $700. It's going to cost $600 for the Switch after the tariffs," but nobody knows.
They're just fear mongering.
Yeah, they are. But I want people to understand, Nintendo was delayed the Switch 2 pre-orders in the United States because of the backlash of the original price, not because of what Trump did. Because, see, the media were telling us the day after the Switch got revealed that the reason the price was that high was because of the tariffs. But the day after the Switch got revealed was the day that Trump actually announced the tariffs. And then China responded like late yesterday or something like that. I think was it yesterday evening?
Did you see what Sean Layden said about this?
No, I didn't. No.
Oh my goodness.
What did he say?
Something about the fact that he didn't see a lot from the Switch the Direct, and he gave it a 6. He gave it a 6. The only reason he even gave it a 7 is because he saw the Bloodborne ripoff.
And that's
but
Sean Layden.
He gave it not Sean Layden, sorry, Shuei Yoshida, sorry. My bad.
Oh, okay, buddy. Let's correct my boy True Eddie. That was Shia Yoshida. So if anybody heard that, disregard. He made a mistake. Is Shia Yoshida just said that, not Sean Layden. People take things literally. That's why I always double check y'all, not to be disrespectful.
Yeah. I actually meant. I thought I said.
Yeah, because I was like, what? Sean Layden fucking talked? No, yeah, I saw that. I saw that on Twitter. Shia Yoshida is a big supporter of PSP, PlayStation Vita, and he even has a Nintendo Switch, and his I think his daughters was, Nintendo fans growing up, and they had Nintendo Switches and stuff. So I can understand why he was so critical. But also coming from a position of having that level of experience with handhelds and knowing what's going to sell and what's not, he's smart enough to know that this is not going to... Listen, I think that a lot of people keep saying, oh, people are going to let this go and Nintendo fans are going to buy it regardless. I think y'all underestimate.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think y'all underestimating the situation.
It's like 3DS all over again.
Exactly. Let me explain to y'all. Remember when the Wii sold 100 million consoles and then the Wii U came out and flopped? Okay. What about this? Remember when the PS2 came out and sold 150 million units, and then the PS3 came out at launch for the first 2 years and was flopping all over the place? Yeah, you're never too big to fail.
No, you're not. That's facts.
Just because you're coming from a record high the previous generation does not mean you're going to follow that up.
PS3
look at Xbox.
Exactly. Look at what they had a record high with the Xbox 360, and look what happened with the Xbox One. Mm-hmm. So I understand they have a big fan base. They have a passionate fan base. They have a dedicated fan base. But that does not mean they're automatically going to win with this situation. Let me explain something. Look at the views. Let's go back over here a day or two and let's look at the views. Most of all of their gameplay videos didn't hit 1 million.
Yeah, because people are not happy.
Well, nobody. It's not only that. It's just it doesn't appeal to the real gamers out there, the mature adult gamers.
You know,
let's look at what they show for extended period of time. Extended period of time. Donkey Kong got an extended trailer. Zelda got 7-minute comparison, which we're gonna go take a look at. Kirby got 2 fucking trailers. They're 2 different games. All of the first party shit. Most real gamers, right, that don't really game with Nintendo, that Nintendo desperately needs them to pick the system up. I'll explain in a little bit. They don't care about this shit. And the reason why it matters is because I told you this, Truity. A lot of primary console gamers, Xbox, PlayStation, and even PC owners picked up the Nintendo Switch, the original one, as a side platform to play on the go. They were not primary Nintendo fans, but they picked it up as a handheld accessory. That means those people, they got you to 150 million handhelds sold. You might not want to piss them off. Because if they don't return, your numbers aren't going to return. And I think a lot of journalists are forgetting about this. That most of the people that picked up the handheld, they were not Nintendo diehard fans. They picked it up because it was a handheld. And it was a side platform for them. It wasn't their primary platform, it was their secondary platform.
Yep, that's how it is for me. It's not my primary platform.
I
but
can't
have
tell
no
you how
use
many
for it.
PC fans picked up the Nintendo Switch before there was even a Steam Deck. They were using the Nintendo Switch. That's why they so flawlessly went to the Steam Deck, because they had so much experience with the Switch. Same thing could be said for PlayStation gamers and Xbox fans. I can't tell you how many Xbox and PlayStation fans in our own community picked up the Nintendo Switch. They weren't primary Nintendo fans, but they picked it up as a secondary platform. Those people are not going to return this time around, because Nintendo's trying to be a primary platform. Understand this. That's a primary entry level price. $450, $500. Game price, $80 to $90. Now you're trying to be a primary platform in the life of a gamer that was using you as a secondary platform.
Mm-hmm.
That $90 thing has been actually proven incorrect. That was the €90. So it's actually $80 physical and digital. But the misinformation spreads so far that it doesn't matter. Like, this is what happens when you don't actually, as Nintendo, get your message straight. It becomes like Xbox One, where it becomes a whole bunch of.
I'm gonna tell you right now, these first 2 days after they announced it, it has not been good PR for them. So
it's bad.
Delaying your pre-orders is not even gonna help
$90.
the situation. Huh?
It's still $80, which is awful, but it's literally spread so far where my brother's like, the games are $90 physical. I'm like, oh crap, dude.
Yeah.
Market is bad.
Yeah. Again, I mean, it's not helping.
You need to get your messaging straight. You can't.
Well, this is what somebody said, and I think it was Mighty Keith. He said there's a reason why they didn't reveal the price during the stream.
Well, it's a good reason. You can
like
see what's going
they
on.
didn't they didn't divulge the price of any of the games during the stream. You had to find that out on your own. So the confusion right now is something they set up.
Yeah,
I'm not blaming nobody else but them. That was their product. They were the ones that should have shown it off. Let's go take a look at Street Fighter. They got 14 minutes of gameplay 1 hour ago. Let's go see what that looks like. Again, what we really want to show off is the AAA level.
Games. Nintendo did do a treehouse today.
Yeah, they did. They're trying to get that info out there. They did a treehouse yesterday too. They're desperately trying to get info out there. So let's go see what Street Fighter looks like, because you know me and you have that on PS5. I'm seeing inconsistencies. There's some pixels.
In the game.
Yeah, with the hair and stuff, you know, how the fuzziness. Yeah. Let's just,
the chat with the people talking on the live chat when they're streaming that stuff. It's only 2 or 3 words being said. Drop this price. That's it.
Yeah, that was all that was in that freaking what you call it, in that treehouse. All they kept on saying in the treehouse is drop the price. Like, bro,
I'm seeing my eyes are picking up inconsistencies in the frames, and it's hurting my eyes. So it's it's hurt my eyes. I don't know if the system can keep up with that type, but it's just a fucking fighting game. It shouldn't be that fucking difficult.
This seems like a Capcom.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Yeah.
These dev kids were sent out to these devs very late. So if the first batch of games are bad with performance, and Digital Foundry, hold on, Truity, Digital Foundry and other people that analyze this shit show off how bad the performance is in the first year, it's gonna put a lot of gamers off. So I mean, ultimately, it's the responsibility of Nintendo to get these dev kits to the developers. Also, do what Sony did. Since the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, PlayStation Vita. Go out there, talk to the developers, ask them what they want in the next generation console, and do your best to accommodate them.
Oh, no. See, that would be pro-consumer, Jay. That would be pro-consumer.
Okay, so again, at the end of the day, it's their responsibility. I'm not blaming Capcom for their inability to run the game good on a fucking Switch. I blame Nintendo for not giving them the dev kit, not working with them. No, if your system is weak, your system is weak. You can do everything right, but if your system is weak, it's just weak. We can't keep blaming the developer of this. Now remember, we already know that this was not the best optimized game, especially on PS4 and Xbox One, but I am seeing PS4 and Xbox One performance right here. And I guarantee you that when Digital Foundry do their analysis, they're going to say the same fucking thing.
At this point, bro, I don't know. I don't know if they'll be able to get months on the running well. Like months on the
bro, they can't listen. Remember how bad of visuals I said Wild Hearts had?
Oh yeah.
That's why they got Wild Hearts and they don't got World. And if they don't got World, they're not getting Wilds anytime soon. If they do get Wilds, it's gonna be unplayable. Also, let me tell you something right here. If y'all really think that I'm nitpicking, read the words on the double-decker bus in the background. If I'm nitpicking, read the words on the back of that bus.
Oh, Jay, that's fucked up.
No, I'm just saying. If I'm nitpicking, read the words. That's a console problem. That's not Capcom. That's what they could do on a system. That got nothing to do with Capcom. Okay, let me scroll over here. Can you count the strands of hair on Balaka's, whatever his name? Can you count the strands of hair on his fucking head? No, because it's pixelated as fuck.
Dude, that stream looks pixelated as hell. That's all I gotta say.
My foot is pixelated, but it doesn't mean. No, I mean this is 60 frames. This is a 60 frames. You know how I could tell?
Yeah.
Because the numbers are fucking clear as shit, but the game sucks. Like, okay, when you go into the color stream, like when they like do the special attacks and they got the colors flowing out, that it looks really good. It's really clear. It's 60 frames. The ground, the street right there with the manhole covers, that looks really clear. But again, the character models always had a problem on PS4 and Xbox One version. Again, if this is, we can understand if this system was on the level of PS5, but we know it's not. So I expect this. It's not a bad
Even
thing for them.
Motion, what I'm seeing on the YouTube video side, it's.
What
it's
screen are you watching this at? TV?
Your screen.
Or are you watching this on a
It's on
TV
my
or a
monitor.
cell phone?
It's on my monitor.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at this on an OLED. I mean, it looks as good as it can go. Okay, hold on. Do y'all remember I said I can't read what was on the back of the double decker? Now I can. Do you know what that means? That's popping.
Their stream.
No, that was popping. Because the entire double decker was blurry. Now I can see the driver and everything. But again, it's not the stream. Look at the character models. There's not. That's not the same. There's not. Look at the character models. Now the character models are blurry, like the fucking double decker was. They're in the middle of an animation, but this is frozen in time. Heavy cell shade right here. I mean, it's only the game is only gonna do what it can possibly do on the hardware. At the end of the day, it comes down to the hardware not being as strong as some other.
Tell you one
stuff.
thing, I can read that like what it says on the talking record now.
Yeah, you can read that shit now. Yeah.
Nintendo wants to be cheap but charge you.
I think that the system is just it's around a PS. It's like around a PS4 Pro and Xbox Series, Xbox One X.
Bro. It doesn't even look that good. Do you even see his face, bro? Like its face is.
I think they were talking about like it's 10 times the power of the original Switch, which by the way is 300 gigaflops. If you didn't know.
300 gig. What does that mean? What in layman's term? What does that mean?
Gigaflops is not teraflops. Teraflops is a 1,000 gigaflops essentially, one T-flop worth of performance.
So how strong is it? Like in console terms, would it be like a Xbox One X, or would it be a one Xbox Series S or Xbox Series X, a PS5, PS4 Pro, PS5
like
Pro?
It would be right there between a PS4 Pro, and a Series S. Right there.
In some cases, I thought it was going to be above the Series S, but that's just what I thought until we started to see the stuff.
And the only reason I say right in between them is because of 4 teraflops on the new generation is not the same as 4 teraflops of the old PS4 Pro. So even if it's quote unquote 3 teraflops,
do you think that's why they don't want to tell us the specifics? Because if so, you can really tear it down.
Yeah, because people get confused. That's all it is. Yeah. We'll have a situation like, remember when the 2 consoles were launching in 2020, where people were getting pissy over that regarding the PS5 and the Xbox, but in reality, it didn't matter because it was a new architecture and they had better loading.
Now, I'll say one thing. Donkey Kong looks fun, but as soon as I saw it, I noticed that the visuals were like low. But I know why. Because this game, like, you can destroy pretty much everything. So you're going to have to kind of...
Oh, yeah, destructible environments, you can't have much detail.
Yeah.
You have to...
Yeah, and because he can dig in the ground, it's kind of like reminds me of No Man's Sky. Like, No Man's Sky had to have a certain art style until... I don't know how, but they figured out a way to go above it.
Because next generation.
Now this looks good, bright, colorful, 60 frames. Yeah, it looks good. It's 60 frames. This motherfucker just really just blasting his way throughout everything. He can just go anywhere underground. He can just keep punching. That is fucking awesome.
Yep, everything's destructible, which, to be honest, we've been complaining at Ubisoft and them for not having that in their games for so long with all those physics and stuff.
This is No Man's Sky all over again. I can't wait to see what like a No Man's Sky game looks like on Switch.
Well,
I'd rather be destructible than we have a situation where it doesn't look good and you can't do anything in it. Like modern Ubisoft games where they got rid of all the flame effects of lighting stuff on fire, like the world doesn't have any interaction at all. You can't do anything with it. You can just go around in it and that's it. I do like how I see the stone is grinding on the ground and it's starting to break apart the ground as he's riding on it. So it's slightly destructive in many different ways. I do like that. Like, sure, the graphics aren't as good, but whatever. At least it's destructible and you can have physics simulation and stuff, which is much more than other stuff.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing. That's the only thing that is like, you can destroy everything, but because of that, they had to decrease the visuals. So this game wouldn't be able to be possible on the normal Switch. But then again, visually, it looks like something that should be able to be playable, but with the gameplay elements, it's just not. It's too demanding.
Yeah, you see how Fortnite looks on Switch 1. Yikes.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I never seen it. Yeah.
Oh, it's bad. I have a coworker who was playing it at work, and I'm like, bro, what am I looking at here? they had to downgrade that stuff to make it work right because
I know it's
basically the whole
definitely
game.
doing 60 this time around. No problem.
They have to. Like, if you can't, if you still can't do 60, bro, like, bro, I don't know what to say.
You need to do 60. 60 in a gameplay-based game, you gotta have it, you know? Like, where that's the main focus, you have to have it. Mario Odyssey also was 60, so I'd hope that the Donkey Kong one by the same team would be 60.
I'm seeing 60. I'm not seeing anything lower than that. I'm seeing raw 60 right now. Okay. So Capcom.
I know my brother, he was excited when I told him there's a new Donkey Kong.
Capcom's the only dev that's a third-party one that showed off their game in an extended amount of time. Today is Friday, right? So tomorrow's Saturday and Sunday. I don't think they're gonna do tree houses, but they might. I don't know how long they're staying in New York to do that. Especially after announcing they're delaying the pre-orders. But if I was them, if I was Nintendo right now, I don't think I would stop talking. But there's a lot of explaining they have to do. And they don't want to like let these negative rumors, especially the $90 price point, even though the $80 one's crazy too. And it's only crazy because, again, people are looking at, I pay $70 for games that are, you know, that look like how they look on PS5 and PS5 Pro. Why am I paying $80 for games that look like a, you know, what they look like on Nintendo Switch? And I think that's the problem right there. Like, they gotta justify why are you charging $80 for your games.
Oh yeah, the game key thing is confusing people too. That thing existing is confusing people because you got them people going around saying the $80 game that doesn't have the game on the cart, and I'm like, guys, they are labeling those.
That too. That's the problem.
I'm confused. What?
They've confused.
The game is not on the cartridge.
Oh, that, yeah.
You know those ones.
Uh-huh.
So some people have been basically that every game is that, and Does It Play has been basically on Twitter going, okay, we're going to be testing every single one, guys, and the game key ones are clearly labeled, but you guys aren't listening. We're asking PlayAsia for more details on some of these games. Like Street Fighter, for example, is a game key game. So basically you get the key and you put it in your Switch, and then now you're forced to download.
Okay.
But people are thinking that every game is that, even the ones that actually are on the cartridge, like Donkey Kong or Mario Kart, because literally miscommunication, which they brought upon themselves.
Exactly. And that's what I was gonna say.
Nintendo's just what the fuck?
It gets even worse.
Why do this?
They're not on the next gen level, Truity. That's why they're doing this. They're not ready for the big leagues.
There's like a communication issue regarding which cartridges in the upgrade ones, like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, whether there's a Switch 1 cart in there with a QR code you scan. They have a Switch 2 cart that they're giving you. There's miscommunications on that too. Because there's QR codes you have to scan on the front of those.
It's designed to provide a more streamlined gameplay experience.
I really want to see extended play of some of the big boy games from third-party devs, and like I said, Street Fighter is the only one. Because again, it's a fighting game; it should be easy to play. I want to see the other ones, bro. But I think that they know that if they show the other ones, they can't guarantee a flawless 60 frames. And
Yeah,
Digital
they
Foundry has already started nitpicking at the trailers. I didn't think they were going to do that, but they did spot
No,
that
yeah, oh,
Cyberpunk
yeah.
is running at 20. It was like 23 frames per second. We got to go take a look at. Yeah, we got to go take a look at that.
Awful.
Yeah, but again, this is on the
That's
backs that I'm announcing in the very beginning that they could go all the way up to 120. But if you're barely ever hitting 60, why even brag about 120 when the 120 is probably exclusive to the indie titles? And I'm talking about the low ones.
And to the old that 120 is definitely exclusive to the Switch games that get upgraded. Like
Exactly.
Nitro.
Okay, I found it. I'm about to go put that shit out right now.
The image quality is not as bad as the numbers would suggest. It's clean enough. It's certainly
How is that noise?
from the last generation PS4 Xbox One version, which by the way it also
Microwave.
which is excellent, but it's also notable because that did not.
Yeah, that did sound like a microwave.
Right. So that suggests that they're at a level of performance where they're able to pull it off. Because I think they cited issues with that, and those versions always have performance issues. Based on what we're seeing here, at least there's at least a good chance that it will run significantly better than those versions, albeit 30 FPS, and also look better. So it does feel like it's perhaps it should be good. I would say.
Now I wanna say something right here.
We're not going to do any of the ray tracing features, I assume. Not confirming one way or the other, but it's very unlikely.
I'm about to get. I just gotta go do something because I want to get the sound up.
DLSS here. It's hard to tell from footage necessarily, but I'm not seeing anything that strikes me as a DLSS like necessarily.
Let me boost this real quick. Y'all need to hear this.
One thing I want to quickly point out about all of the performance footage here is that it is captured from an edit. And when there's an edit point, you might see a 16 millisecond spike.
Right.
That's simply because of the 30 FPS cadence wasn't cut cleanly, so to speak. So you have two unique frames next to each other.
Yep.
But thoughts about this, Oliver?
No, I think this looks pretty good, and like John said, it does look markedly better than the last gen versions, especially those last gen versions around the time of release when they were pretty abysmal, I would have to say. But yeah, this does look like a pretty feature complete, good looking version of Cyberpunk. We get the screen space reflections in there, we get dense crowds. You know, it looks like Cyberpunk, recognizably like Cyberpunk, in a way that, you know, there are bigger compromises that we're used to seeing from Switch ports, and I think what we're seeing from Switch 2 is these kind of PS4 caliber, last
I will say one thing about Cyberpunk is that the PS4 version was broken.
Titles
Same with the Xbox, so it's like, what's the point of even comparing that version? Is it? Let's compare it to the next gen one and see how good or bad it is.
There you go. So see, this is the funny thing. What I've been saying is the truth, right? Where you should compare this to the PS4, because if you compare it to the PS5, it's unfair to the Switch 2. They know that. They know that if they compare Nintendo Switch 2 games to the PS5 version of the games, Nintendo Switch 2 is going to look bad. And right here, that's why I had to let y'all hear that. Digital Foundry, I highly doubt they're going to compare the Nintendo Switch 2 to any PS5 version of the game, let alone a PS5 Pro version of the game. And I think that's very unfair. We're going to go dip into Disney SpeedStorm, but we're not going to stay there long. We're going to go dip into Cyberpunk to show what it looks like on just a PS5. I haven't been on this game in forever. What the fuck? It's compiling shaders. Man, get that shit out of here. Hurry up and start this damn game.
Hi, everybody.
Compiling shaders?
That's what I was wondering. It's not a fucking PC. Got a console over this bitch.
That's how much updates you are, Jay.
There's my mom. I probably got more than that. I don't fucking know. Shit. How do I switch my character? There's too much fucking info. I don't know what I'm doing.
No. You just load up the character. You
oh, there it is, my racer. Okay. No. They want me to pay for these. They want me to pay for all of them. Jesus. Oh, I don't own any of these. I got Mickey. I feel like that's all I got. Yeah, I think that's all I have. Collection level 1. Yeah, I don't have any other characters. Yeah, this was one of them free to play ones. Yeah, I remember this shit.
It is.
You got a lot of characters, but you can't play as any of them. Where Aladdin at?
Yep, gotta pay or earn them slowly.
It looked like it's fucking Mickey for me. What the fuck? I know I unlocked that one dude. Bro, I unlocked... Hold on, bro. Something ain't right here. Inbox. April Fool's reward. Racers. They have a lot of fucking characters. But again, it's Disney, so it's a really good thing that they do. Because why not? They got everybody in this bitch. I ain't gonna lie. Damn, what the fuck? They got Kermit the Frog? They put Kermit the Frog in this bitch. That's dope.
They have Kermit because they own Kermit.
I mean, I know, but I mean, I haven't played this shit in forever. I didn't even know they had all these characters. Yeah, they got a lot of people. Oh, yeah, that's right. They did add Snow White. Damn, bro. They got a lot of people, bro.
King Candy. At least he's in his original element.
Yeah, with the racing. Yep. I don't know what's going on here because I know that I don't have any microtransactions, and nor am I going to spend any money on any of this shit. So I guess I just got Mickey Mouse. Yeah. This whole shit was free, so they were like, "Yeah, we gotta let's just go do one race." It looks like we're in Zeus land. So again, we're just testing this out because you know Mario Kart and shit. Go for green. Look, man, I know. Oh, I did it. Oh, you can grind on the side too.
Oh, that's right. They do that. They do have the go for green thing. It actually shows you, because in Mario Kart you have to guess. Basically, to get the speed boost from the beginning.
I was so random with that shit. I'm cruising over here though. Yeah, I'm cruising over this bitch.
You know what I think it is? It's because it's using a lot of their stuff. This game uses physically based rendering like a lot of modern PS4 games do. So you know what PBR is? It's that's exactly what you're seeing on your screen, basically. All the physically based renderings is what makes it look a certain way. Basically, like the difference between 360 and PS3 era to PS4 era is physically based rendering.
Oh fuck! They put me in a race against bots. I was wondering why it's so easy. Congratulations, Mickey Mouse moved up to the new league, bronze. Oh, I unlocked some new shit. They acting like I played this shit for the first time. What the fuck?
You essentially did.
That's because I think they reset it every season. Those ranks. Master do that with me for Yu-Gi-Oh. They'd reset me down if I haven't played for a long time.
They did that for me for Tekken. Like I was
Yep, and they did that for me with Overwatch when I took a long break.
Let me go check something out real quick. Because I think it's like certain ways you can unlock certain people. Yeah.
Nintendo's thing is they don't use physically based rendering a lot. The only company that uses it within Nintendo a lot, I noticed, is Monolith Soft. They like to use it.
They like to use what?
Physically based rendering, which is what you see on the PS4. Basically, like physical objects, the textures of them and the way they look and render. It's a practice that came around for the PS4, and that's why Uncharted 4 looks way better than Uncharted 3, is because they started using physical-based rendering, and same with Ratchet and Clank for the materials, like the cars, the lights, the metal, the tires.
Since
everything.
Because the hardware is more powerful, so you can handle it.
Yeah, you can handle the new. It was a new graphical technique that came up with during that end of generation for PS3 era. One of the first engines to use it was actually Fox Engine, funny enough. But that idea of physically based rendering basically changed how graphics were rendered ever since then. Because what they were doing with the old way before was calculating more and more vertexes and triangles to the point where it was causing lots of slowdown, because you're basically having to render way too many triangles to do anything. And it just slows the entire process down.
Yeah, they said, fuck y'all. Everything on this game costs money.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, for real. Like, everything on this fucking game costs money. This shit is the epitome of free to play, bro. That shit is the epitome of free to play.
You're free to get on it, but you have to pay. Free to play.
Why they ain't saying my fucking shit?
I wonder how much more expensive it is to actually go into this free to play one and try to play it than even Mario Kart, with all the content already there.
Well, at least I got that free color from PlayStation Plus, that all black. I got that shit, so that's a little bit. That's all right.
Mass produced, it looks like 60, but they're gonna make you pay 250 after all the free to play.
Yeah, exactly. Nonsense. Like this, this shit definitely, you gonna be paying a shitload of money because you want to get all those good characters. I mean, they got some really good characters that we all grew up with. So, I think it was a missed opportunity not to add Goofy's son, Max. I think that would have been dope.
Oh yeah, Max would have been great.
Yeah, that would have been great.
They don't want to admit that Goof Troop even exists.
You said what? Goof Troop?
They haven't mentioned anything about Goof Troop in forever.
Yeah, and they don't really like to mention what is it, a Goofy story? Not a Goofy story, a Goofy movie. That movie was dope, bro. I don't care what the fuck they talking about. That was a great movie. Okay. Yep. I'm up out of here. I'm gonna get on Cyberpunk and we're gonna go test that out real quick. Because again, just in all honesty, if they're claiming, Digital Foundry is claiming, I think they got to walk that back though. I think the Digital Foundry is claiming that the game is better than PS4 and Xbox One, which again, you might be right, but you have to understand that Digital CD Projekt Red didn't really try that hard with those versions. You know, they didn't really try that hard. And it took them forever to get the PS5 and Xbox Series X versions better. Even though they should have did it. It's just like, I'm so happy gamers stayed on their ass about it, because they really were trying to get away with murder. They're like, well, as long as the game is good on PC, like, I mean, I think their next game, I'm going to be very cautious to pick up day one, obviously. I was cautious about Cyberpunk, and I didn't pick that up day one. So
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't pick it up.
yeah, because
this
is one thing y'all have to know about them. They're PC-centric game developers. PC first, console last. And you saw that with Cyberpunk, so... But they do want that money now, and they know if they can, you know, swindle people and make it sound good, and yeah. So take a look at Cyberskunk. See how it looks like on a PS5 Pro. Wasn't I in the middle of killing somebody? Yeah, I was in the middle of killing y'all. Man, I do love this, yeah, can you give me this? Thank you. Oh, everybody's still here that I killed. I killed these people right before I had to go to work. They tried to rob me. Wow, this shit really be saving. This shit saves everything. Damn, my bike is still here too. Dope. I haven't done shit on the story. I know, but it's so accurate, right? Like, everything's still there. Like, some games, the enemies you just defeated is gone when you come back, and it's like, oh, well, you're still there, but, like, everything is gone. Nah, everything still was right there.
Oh, you know why they do that? It's to free up performance.
Huh?
That's the only reason why. Getting rid of the enemies that were there that you just killed, it's to free up performance. That's it.
Well, they didn't do that. I will say this looks amazing on Pro. It looks really, really good. I don't think that the Switch is gonna look even half as good as this.
And the chat's still frozen. And Ferg did donate a super chat.
Let me turn off the chat then. The chat on the screen?
Yeah, the chat on the screen's been frozen for a while.
Oh, thanks for letting me know. I'm gonna
Like,
take
you
that shit
paused.
off.
Yeah, because Bert donated $9.99, and he's
I'm
like,
gonna take
super chatting
I'm gonna
again.
take that shit off because my audio froze earlier. I didn't know that. Thanks for letting me know. Let me go over here and Verge Brizzle with a $9.99 super chat, and I didn't even hear that in my ear. You said gotta support the homie. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. 100%. So this is Cyberpunk. If y'all don't know, this is Cyberpunk 2077. Oh, you're not gonna rob me, are you? I hit your fucking limousine. Okay. Well, it looked like a limousine. I be wondering, where do I go? Yeah, because I know that, yeah, I know what I did. Do you remember what I did, Trudy? I ran through the entire fucking game. Like, all the side missions, and now there's nothing else to do. I actually have to do the story. Because I ran through all the side missions.
Yeah.
You get the appointment?
Hold on.
Okay, well, there's a dude right there. I think they want me to do something. I think I did all the side mission for that lady too. Shit, I think I did the side mission for a whole bunch of people. Yeah, and then I gotta do, what's this? Oh, there's a side job right here? Ooh, okay. Let me get that out of the way. But other than that, I'm pretty much done the entire, all those side missions that they allowed me to before going back to the story, I'm very early in the story. Like, as soon as they gave me freedom to the city, that's when I started just running around the city. No lie. I'm not even lying to y'all, man. I wish I was. But yeah, I started running around the city and doing all types of side missions. I live streamed my whole sessions. This was like, what, in 2023 when I picked it up. So it must have been either 2023 when I started running through the game or 2024. And this was before the Pro came out. Now it's even smoother. I have to turn the corner when we get in here. Maybe. Chop you up. Chop you up with the Sword of Legends. Oh, shoot me. Yes, I save you. Stop shooting me. Save y'all motherfucking asses. Let me take this real quick. Y'all don't need this. Y'all don't need none of this shit. Let me take all this. Yeah, let me take all this, buddy. Y'all have fun with that shit. I know you holding that shit wrong. You're not supposed to hold that shit like that. You're not holding that shit right at all. Cyberpunk is like Elder Scrolls, and it's not a good thing. It's like Elder Scrolls because, you know, it's like it's a little glitchy here and there. Even when they fixed it, it's just some stuff is just really, really still.
I'm being honest, it's worse than Elder Scrolls. Like it started off worse than Elder Scrolls.
Oh yeah,
like,
it did.
was insane about it.
But they got away with it eventually. You know, that's what happened. They actually got away with it.
Well, not from PlayStation.
I just got ran away.
It's the first time I've ever seen PlayStation delist the game. Like, they did not get away with it from PlayStation. When it came to PlayStation, they did not get away with it.
Oh yeah, PlayStation knew they were going to get sued for it, so they're like, "Nope, we can't have this garbage here. It doesn't work right." And it's a big profile game that was getting a lot of marketing.
There was a side fucking hustle. There's a side hustle that I thought was a side mission, and they took me right back to a main mission. I didn't want the main mission. Yeah, how about we not doing that?
It's funny because every single title that Microsoft promotes always seems to turn into a shit show. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know. Where my vehicle at? There's my baby. Look at that motherfucker.
What you playing, Jay?
Cyberskunk.
Oh,
Cyberskunk.
Look at this motherfucker. God damn. It's still a beautiful game on Pro, man. It truly, truly is. It's truly a beautiful game.
Very, very, very.
God damn. I can't wait to play this off air where, you know, I put the HDR back on. Ah, man.
Oh, you got that truck? Oh, that's nice.
I got a whole bunch, bro. Like, I just, you know, beat the game. Kept reward. I mean, I didn't beat the game. I mean, I just beat all the side missions and shit. They kept rewarding me with a whole bunch of stuff. What is that purple thing? I feel like that's something I should be checking out. Is it not there anymore? I don't know. It was something purple blinking on the map.
They have reoccurring mission side quests.
Mm.
They have reoccurring side quests now, so
Well, that was the whole purpose of me doing all the side quests, so I wouldn't see them no more.
It's not like the main side quests that come back. It's just like freaking.
Oh
stuff
yeah,
on the map.
disturbances. Yeah, police reports.
Yeah.
Gang fights. Sorry for killing you. I didn't mean to kill you.
Units in the area, we have an urgent situation in Westbrook.
Yeah.
They got police on it. Oh, they don't play no more.
They don't play, but they do play because last time I was on here getting caught by cops, you run far enough, they just stop following you. Easily. It's like they put them in here like, oh, people ask for it. We'll put it in here, but we're not going to give them the best AI. Like right now, as you can see, nobody's on me.
You keep moving.
I mean,
they technically spot you first.
Exactly, like I said, Grand Theft Auto has the worst cops, bro. They are that once you commit a crime, they're gonna be on you no matter how far you are, bro. Like these cops, they put it in here because people was bitching, but they didn't put good AI on the cops, so they're not actually like they're not a threat unless you stay in the area and you repeatedly keep killing people. Like other than that, like right now, I'm on a mission going somewhere, and they won't even follow me because I'm moving so fast. Like if it was Grand Theft Auto, it doesn't matter. They're gonna come out of nowhere to get you. And I know Grand Theft Auto 6 could be even worse.
Oh yeah, because even if you have your license plate, you have to change your car and shit. I'm like, bro, they remember the license plate, bro. I'm like, damn, bro, that's crazy. But if it's for this world though, because they don't give a shit, because you may be committing crime, but like nigga, everyone's committing crime.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Damn. Yeah, it ain't gonna look like this on Nintendo Switch.
I would say downgraded 2 to 3 more times from the PS4 version, and then that's when you got the Switch version.
Nah, PS4 version was broken. You can't get more downgraded than that.
Yeah.
Well, nigga, they put it on a Switch, so yes, you can get more downgraded.
Well, that's the thing.
It's not going on the Switch.
We have to see how good the Switch runs the game, and then we will truly find out how downgraded it is from a PS5. But Digital Foundry went out of their way to compare it to a PS4. I'm like, okay, we already know that was bad. Now again, outside of Cyberpunk, compare other games that did not have bad performance that are going to Switch. Like again, you comparing. Wait. There's a game. What was the game that went over there? It was
Hogwarts.
Yeah, you need to do that. You need to do a comparison of that to the PS5 and PS4.
You need to do a comparison of Hogwarts across like 4 platforms: Switch, Switch 2, PS4, and PS5.
Mm-hmm. I just don't think I don't trust Digital Foundry to do the right thing when it comes to that.
Yeah, they need to do that comparison. Someone needs to. My brother didn't even want to pick up the Switch version. He saw how bad it was. He was like, "Oh no, the game's graphics isn't what bothered him. It's the loading screens between areas." Because he had the PS4 version, and the grounds is separate moding from the rest of the game world, and same with some of the other things. But the town is still available. You know, the small town that's Hogsmeade or whatever it's called. Like, you can still have that in the open world in the PS4 version, but on the Switch version, everything is sectioned off.
Ray Phoenix just emerged on SmackDown.
Wow.
I do wonder how it works though on versus the Steam Deck version, because I have the Steam Deck version and the PS5 version. So for Hogwarts,
I came all the way out here and there's no mission. I thought they said I had one more mission. I have 10 out of 11 gigs. Where the fuck are the gigs?
How much money do you have on this shit?
Huh?
How much money do you have on this?
A million credits. Let's see.
Not bad. Oh.
Yeah, I think I did all the gigs that are possible in this whole fucking game. Yeah. Right now. Yeah, I don't see any more gigs. Now they're just directing me to the fucking story.
Yeah, you'll probably get one. You probably get more when you get the DLC.
I'm not getting the DLC. I have no plans on supporting this developer until and I want to see what the Switch versions look like before I even do that. And then they never see, this is the thing. They fixed this up enough to get us to buy it. But the real upgrades to this game came to the PC only. And I don't like that. I hated that. They've been making sure the PC version had ray tracing and everything else. And I was like, bro, the PS5 Pro just came out and you ain't do shit. And then you announced that you're not going to support the Pro. I was like, bro, this is why PC-centric developers like them don't get my business day one anymore. I will not be buying the new Witcher.
I can't support that. I can't support that.
Yep, they're an NVIDIA sponsored developer though. And
guess what? You can stay over there. Let them pirate your games. I don't care. You take them money.
They don't even pirate this game. Remember, they're the ones who buy it in mass.
Yeah, they supported this because if I remember correctly, they were hyping this game up before it came out, but they were only showing off the PC version, and this was that one game that all PC fans were just waiting for. They were just waiting for this game, bro. This was gonna be their what was it, Crisis? But most PC fans can't run this game, so it doesn't even matter.
Oh, they can run it just at low. It just looks terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it looks as good as they possibly can for the PS4, PS5, and PS5 Pro right now, but they could do better. They could do better.
Yes, they could.
So, hey, man, that's up to them.
I think it's mad disrespectful. That's why I'm knowing.
Definitely.
I just lost interest.
Like, bro, y'all act like I want money, but you don't do what you need to do to make money. Like, you're working overtime on PC, but you could be doing more on console and get more people to buy.
Every new card that comes out, they upgrade the PC version.
This is why they moved the Unreal Engine, because they knew that if they didn't, they were gonna have the same performance problems. You know. Happy they moved away from this. I mean, this engine's not bad. Don't worry, the game's great and all, but if you having problems developing it on console, I feel like it's a you problem. It's not a console problem. It's a you problem. The power was there. Sony gave you the power of the PS5. And PS4 was not a weak system anyway. Xbox One was. And my whole thing about CD Projekt Red is if you thought that last generation consoles were too weak, why announce your game for that platform? And why take the pre-order money?
Why announce the game for the Switch?
Huh?
Yep, they want the money. That's all they want is the money.
I know, but it's like your reputation for a while was really fucked up.
That's disgusting. That's what I'm like, bro. If the PS4 was weak, hell are you taking the Switch 2 money?
Money? Like you said, they only want the money.
I know,
it's the money. It's the money, man.
Bro, they put Witcher 3 on the Switch 1. That lets you know they don't care.
I actually have that version, and it does not look bad. But I couldn't imagine putting Cyberpunk on the Switch 1. Witcher 3 is an older game, so you could downgrade it a certain amount and make it work.
Exactly. Like, that's an older game, and obviously it's played on lower end PCs all the time. Cyberpunk on Switch 2.
Cyberpunk can be played on a 1060. My coworker played it on his 1070 for like 150 hours. And that card is ancient. It's like 10 years old almost.
I don't know when they're going to do the third-party tree houses, but they need to hurry up and do the third-party tree houses because I'm going to be honest, I have little to no faith that the third-party AAA devs, they're going to run shit like this.
Santo Domingo.
A lot of people tried to get a foothold here. Corpos, gangs. None of them made it. But real people live here in Arroyo and Rancho Coronado. Can't pull the
Now my question is, how's that Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth going to go on Switch 2? Because they're going to put both on there.
Remake is going to do all right. They can do that. But
Yeah,
we already know that Rebirth had problems on PS4. Massive problems. So,
nope, not you mean PS5 or because it was not on PS4.
Rebirth wasn't Rebirth on PS4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. It was PS5 only.
No, it was PS5.
No, it was exclusive.
Oh, okay. Well, remember Rebirth has they said it had some problems on normal PS5. And then when it came to PS5 Pro, they solved the problems.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit, I don't know. I don't know about that one. Then I got no idea how Rebirth is going to run on Switch.
It isn't.
Remake was more of a.
I have the Steam Deck version.
Remake. The remake was the first one.
Yeah, but Remake was a very corridor-based adventure. It wasn't open world, so it should manage on the Switch. But again, from what we're hearing, it's only going to be 30 frames. And this is why I keep saying, okay, if that's going to be 30 frames and performance mode for Cyberpunk on Switch 2 is only getting to 40 frames. That's what Jason Schreier confirmed yesterday. Then what was the whole purpose of talking about 120 frames?
That is literally in line with the Steam Deck version of a lot of those big boy games. Because most of the Steam Deck versions are 40 frames, and that's it.
Wow.
I know, because I have quite a few of them on Steam.
I call it work. Hard work. Honest work. And I can't complain.
But I do everything, so whatever.
We'll talk later.
Like Jedi Survivor on Steam Deck is hilarious because it runs fine for a while, and then suddenly the game drops 23 FPS, and you can feel it. And I'm like, bruh, I can't do this.
Jay, did you see the Grand Hub already? Jeez, it's massive.
No, I haven't been on Monster Hunter. I mean, I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna play. I gotta play more of the story. I think Maybe after I'm done a little bit more on Monster Hunter, I'll give this another go for the story. I mean, not another go, just do more. What was the other game I'm playing? Rise of Ronin as well. Yeah. So it'll be Rise of Ronin, Cyberpunk, and Jedi Survivor. Those will be the games. I'm gonna say.
I actually do want to get Cyberpunk out. I do want to get Cyberpunk out the way. I keep saying I'm gonna do it, but like I'm good. I
need to get to the story. I did everything. I maxed my level out. I get, bro.
My level's maxed out too. I just don't really.
Have you done the story?
What?
Were you doing the story?
Yeah, I was doing the story on the side.
I'm not doing the story. Once they gave me freedom to the city, I stopped doing the story, and I just did nothing but side quests. So I maxed out on side quests.
Jay, you gonna be. Goddamn, Jay, you gonna be overpowered for the whole freaking.
Well, they shouldn't have let me do that. Games that let me do that, I will take advantage of it. Call me the overpowered anime legend.
Nigga, you gonna be walking through these enemies. God damn, Jay.
Let me go take a look at this Grand Hub over here on Monster Hunter before we eventually get up out of here. I'm sorry, man. I'm putting it out there right now. JayTech saying this. I think that the Nintendo Switch. Oh, I called it Xbox One. I think the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to have a lot of performance problems. It's going to have a lot of performance problems. And I think it's also going to have resolution problems. I think you're going to see that a lot of games aren't actually 4K. I think you're going to see weird resolutions like the Xbox One. Remember, Xbox One had like not 792p and weird resolutions that.
Honestly, think they should stick to their own games because clearly they can't. They don't. They even though every single time they try to dabble into third-party games, it don't work out well for them. Like they don't care about power, and it's like if you don't care about power, stay out of this space. Stop trying to compete. Because when you compete, we're going to compare you.
What I want to see is if Square Enix decides to go back and try to triple, quadruple dip on Kingdom Hearts. Because Switch people did not buy in when they tried that before with the cloud version.
Did they ever? Oh, they did put 3 over there, but via the cloud only?
No, they put all of them via the cloud. They didn't actually natively port any of them. Except for the rhythm game, which I have on Switch.
Look at all these updates we got from Monster Hunter World.
A cloud version of a game that is some Stadia level BS.
This nigga is insufferable.
I am ranked 197 now.
Oh, Hunter rank?
Yeah.
I'm 68. I'm 168.
And Chief is 110.
I'm 169. Why you say 110? No, he's not.
I know he's 110. I believe in him.
I haven't seen him all day.
Bro, they missing out on Monster Hunter. They missing out on Red Dead. There's so many games the Switch missing out on, bro. It's like I said, it's a catch-up system. You get that system if you want to play catch-up. If you, as a gamer, have never played none of the last games in the last 10-plus years, then you get that game to catch up. It's just, there's a major mission over here. Okay.
Major mission is pretty much going to be your main story at the end of the day.
Motherfucker, I don't want to talk to you. I'm trying to go to the Gathering Hub.
No, the Gathering Hub, you have to talk to Warren.
Oh, fuck. You really do?
It is. Yeah, it's a main mission.
Oh, I thought they said you got to talk to the giant man.
Yeah, you do, but you have to talk to Warren first.
Hold on, let me do this dumb shit. Makes sense though, but it's
he doesn't show up unless you do the Zolshia mission. I ain't gonna lie, the Gathering Hub is beautiful, man. It's so freaking beautiful.
Also, if you really want to test out the Switch power with Capcom, put those Resident Evil remakes over there too.
Oh wow, yeah.
And actually put them on there, not cloud like the Switch One.
Wait up, bro.
Oh,
Have you noticed that Olivia has new armor on? She has new leg and arm armor.
Oh yeah, I noticed that.
What
I
the
noticed
fuck?
that. Yeah. I noticed.
I
was
like
what the
that the
hell?
people around us are like
Different.
upgrading and they're getting stronger.
Mm-hmm. Yo, Zoshi is a bitch, bro, on what you call it, on freaking what you call it. He's a bitch on freaking high rank. That nigga is not playing around. Oh shit! I completed one of those. I completed one of those solo missions as well. The what you call it ones? What are they called? The time trials. Is it the time trial? No, the arena missions where you have to beat a certain time. Yeah, I got a freaking what you call it? I got a silver. I did not defeat the monster just on the freaking.
Okay, Truity is taking L's. Let's continue. Let's see.
He disappeared.
Fuck you, Jay.
I had to get my food. Let's see. So Josiah, I have to fight that motherfucker before I go to the Grand Hub, or what? Oh no, it looks like I can go to Grand Hub.
Yeah.
Without fighting him, or I gotta fight her.
No, you gotta fight him because at least for me, it never popped up. He never popped up. He's a blue icon, in Suja.
No.
Do you see a blue icon in Suja right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh shit. I guess you don't have to do that then. I didn't see it in.
I'll fight the Josiah because I want that armor and those weapons.
I definitely want to fight him though. I did that freaking thing, bro. I had to use a samurai. I had to use a freaking long sword, bro. That shit was fine against the freaking Chupacabra, bro. That shit was that I've never used a long sword before, but
okay, so I just go to the top of the fucking village and then they'll let me what's the name? Let me go check out this armor we got in that pack. Good, good. Performance is so good on here. I don't gotta worry about no dips, just straight 60. Let's see what we got. Let me go check out that new Alma's outfit. You can now custom out Alma's outfit. Sacred equipment appearance.
I gave it the
Yeah, I'm about to do the same thing.
the commissioner's one.
Man, she look a little thick in this one, man. She look thicker in that one. She look way thicker in that one. Yeah.
In the commissioners?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the New World Commissioner. I was like, why do you keep calling her a commissioner? Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, World was the first time I played a Monster Hunter game that had a handler. You didn't, like the other ones, you didn't have a handler. Now I remember the early ones just was you and the person that you start the missions with, but it wasn't a handler following you around and shit. Yeah. Yeah, it was this one, and then there's another one that I didn't want that was free. I was like, nah, I don't want that one. Save changes.
I still collected the free one. I ain't complaining about the free one, but I definitely want.
Yeah, I wanted this one, and I'm probably gonna get the other ones they put up there too. Let's go mess around with this new stuff. There we go.
I'm gonna join you in a minute. I'm gonna eat some dinner.
Yeah, they keep telling me about that shit. Yeah. No.
I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna join you later.
Okay, because I'm about to eat too, and I'm about to be up out of here. Hold on.
Yep, same here.
Where's that new armor at that we got? Where is that shit at? Oh, there it is. There it is. The Noblesse armor. I was about to say, where is that fucking Noblesse armor at? Call me the Noblesse climber.
No, it looks cool. I ain't gonna.
It does look cool.
It looks cool.
I ain't using that motherfucking helmet though. I definitely ain't using. Okay, I could use that. It's not bad. Just don't want to put that fucking dress on. Should look weird.
Don't. It's only an overgarment.
I know, but it matches.
I know.
Sucks.
Some of these Xbox sites are still insisting that they're getting remake. They're gonna get off of this remake.
Yeah,
They're like,
they might want to give up on that.
We're gonna get it.
Nigga, Switch got it before you. A Switch got it before you, and the Switch just came in.
Switch getting it.
Oh yeah. I can do that.
The Switch can't
there's no money.
Bro, the funny thing is the Switch can't even handle it, but yet they got it before you. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy.
That's Game Pass crazy too, right? You ever heard of Game Pass? No.
I don't blame them. Go get that money from.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like, why would Nintendo? Why would they even put? Why would they even put that game on Nintendo? Like, if we're being honest, like, why would you want that game on a Nintendo platform? Like, it's not gonna make any money.
Yes, in Japan.
No.
Japan is literally.
Oh no, I'm talking about an Xbox. Like, it's not gonna make any money on the Xbox.
Oh, the Xbox?
Oh no.
Like, you put Final Fantasy on Xbox, what do you think they gotta ask for? Oh, because you put it on Game Pass? Okay, you put it on Game Pass. How do you make money off of that? That game is going to Game Pass. How do you make money off of it?
You don't.
Exactly.
Yeah, Switch. I thought you said Switch. I'm like, Japan. That's it. They have a cheaper version of the Switch 2 than us.
Yeah,
Remember?
I know.
They have the $330, which is only $30 higher than the current Switch. So they're getting an exclusive model just for them, basically, just so that they can have their guy, which is cool for them. I mean,
financially, yeah, it's cool
to,
for them. I mean, we ain't gonna reap the
they want to
benefits
retain
of
their.
that.
I think they got like 30 million Switches in Japan or some insane number, like more than the PS2. And I think that was the highest console in Japan in terms of sales. So that's a lot of users, basically, that to just walk away from. Oh no, Square is not going to walk away from that. Especially if they can get half of them to convert over, basically.
Exactly. Yeah, this looks better, as good as it's gonna get.
You talking about the Switch?
No, my redesign of my outfit.
So
looks dope. Like a Black Link from Legend of Zelda.
This nigga.
Yeah, I like teasing Nintendo fans. That's what I do. Yeah, that looks dope. That new layer looks fucking dope. I ain't gonna lie. Like, that's one thing Monster Hunter really got over a lot of developers, and the people are gonna find that out. Their armor design is amazing. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't beat them in armor design. They just go to a whole nother level in armor design. They are Oh, that's right. You know what we got now? We got them fairies.
Fairies?
Yeah, you downloaded some fairies?
Oh yeah. You mean the pendant?
Yeah, they part of the pendants, and and they just fucking hang around you like fucking Zelda and shit. Yeah, yeah. Let's do it.
Your own Navi.
Yeah, my own Clavy. You know.
Oh, I forgot to mention this. My brother and me were playing Split Fiction, and there was like the Deku tree thing where you go into the mouth of the tree. I thought that was hilarious. My brother was laughing.
Monte White said we got to compare Final Fantasy VII to the PS5 because of the price that they're going to charge us. You got a point.
That's true.
Yeah, I guess it's because it's integrated, so that makes sense. Because it does come with the DLC.
Yeah, it comes with that DLC. Let's go visit the Gathering Hub, guys.
Is it a key cart or a full game on cartridge? I don't think it's going to be a full game on cartridge. Because knowing
For Final
Square,
Fantasy, that's a big
they're
ass
not going to
game.
give you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Knowing Square,
Move
they're
to the
not going to
Grand
give
Hub.
you anything.
God Hub is massive, Jay. Very.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
They did that for Brave, which is a game that's only like maybe 4 gigabytes.
Look at the Grand
Like,
Hub.
maybe.
Look at all these motherfuckers over here already. God damn. Look at that
If
waterfall.
they're not going to put a 4 gigabyte game on a cartridge, they're not going to put a 100 gigabyte game on a cartridge.
They wouldn't be able to handle this game. Monster Hunter Wilds, they wouldn't. It's just they. You know how Monster Hunter Wilds does so much.
Monster Hunter World probably they can get that.
I want them to confirm is if they're actually going to get any of the Hoyo games of this. Dude, like, I got to keep using my Steam Deck, basically, just for that if they don't, because if I play Zenless on Zero all the time.
Bro, this is awesome. And this is where we can eat.
And my phone is not going to run it. That's what all I know is it. Even though it's quote unquote on mobile, my phone will not run it. It is too old, technically. Even though it's only a year and a half old.
Yeah, this is really giving me MMO vibes right now, bro. Like real MMO vibes. This is the Monster Hunter we all envision. Oh, and you see the other hunters eating food and shit again, and the grapes and stuff. Look at this. You can come over here and look at all the food they cooking.
But it's done by tickets though, Jay. That's the thing I realized that you have to get the tickets.
Get the tickets to get the food?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's not bad.
But you get them by login bonuses anyway, so.
Oh, cool. I should have a shitload of tickets.
Yeah, you get like 5 per login. That's not bad.
Oh, okay. That's not bad at all. I see somebody already got all of the armor on already. The Joshia shit. Damn, that shit look fucking tough. I ain't gonna lie about that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's some tough ass looking armor. They call it tough armor. This is really fucking awesome.
Most outdid themselves. Yeah, Monster outdid themselves, Jay.
Yeah, I heard you. Yeah, they definitely did. Damn, bro. This shit, wow. Oh, damn, that sucks. There's nothing in your cup, buddy. There used to be stuff in their cup when they drink. On Monster Hunter World, it was like that. You could see the liquor in their cup. Now, I don't know if you got liquor in your cup when you drink. But it used to be liquid in the cup, and you could also see the ripples in the water. I mean, in the liquid. Okay, let me go take a look at this. How I eat. Call me eating man. Select the menu. Okay. I don't like that. I don't like that. I like this. Oh, I can't eat shit. Meal voucher. I don't got no voucher. What are you talking about, vouchers? Oh, how do you get you gotta
Get
get
your get your accept your login bonuses.
Oh, hold on. Okay. Now let me go eat. Call me the eating man. These cats fast as shit. Call them cats, fast cats. That last one tired as shit. Oh, we got some good meat. Goodness. That's that classic shit. Look at that motherfucking, oh my God. That lobster. Oh, that looks good. What? That motherfucker ate good right there. He ate good right there. I ain't gonna lie. That was pretty fucking dope. Can I just sit? Table gestures. Okay. Yeah, I see the liquor does not have anything. Wave drink. But there's no liquor in there now. Oh no, no mind. I think I see a little bit. I think I might see a little bit. So you see, like, I don't know. I guess it might be liquor in there, but it's not like it used to look. Nah, it's not how it used to look. I don't know if it is liquor in there. I don't think it is. If you drunk too much before, you used to get up and you was dizzy. I don't know if they gotta do that anymore. Yeah, I got the like the fairy following me and shit on the black link. That's dope, bro. Hey, my armor set look dope now, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That shit look fucking fire.
How do you put that on? How do you put on the pendant?
You go to the area where you customize your character's appearance and go all the way down to the bottom.
You mean inside your tent?
Yeah, you gotta go into your tent, customize your character's appearance, go all the way down to the bottom. You'll see it. It's 2 selections for your secondary and your first weapon.
Oh.
Oh yeah, this looks great. It's fun up here. It looks good. So they say at nighttime the diva comes up here and starts singing. I'm gonna catch her one of these days. Game looks great, bro.
You got blessings from that.
Oh, you got blessing?
Mm-hmm.
Waterfall looks great. Water looks good. That's what I like this. I like this. Maybe not tonight. You might not see me on here tonight, but definitely tomorrow when I get home from work. Wow, this looks great. Okay, man. Well, I'm up out of here, guys. I'm going to eat my food, watch some anime, chill out. Timestamps will be posted later on. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We had 3 back-to-back Nintendo-style streams and almost 2 back-to-back red alerts for Nintendo. So, again, what information you need to leave here with is that the pre-orders have been delayed in the United States of America, and I do predict that Nintendo might be forced to delay the release of the Nintendo Switch 2 in the United States of America because we're not going for those prices. And if they release those prices as is, a lot of people just go look at them funny. They're not too big to fail. And hardcore Nintendo fans and Nintendo themselves need to understand they're not too big to fail. Niggas out here running around, walking around with fucking mugs in their hand. Oh, she literally walked around and picked up the mug from a table and put it on the other table so somebody else could pick it up and clean it. Hold on, Truity. Before we get up out of here, we got some detail to look at. Wait up, bro. This nigga up here chomping down on fucking chicken wings and shit. That's dope, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I fucks with it, man. That's some good drumsticks. That looks good. I'm hungry now.
I can see why.
Oh, I found Gemma. I finally found Gemma. I was like, bro, where is she at? You said why you decided?
It's not. I don't think it's Gemma you talked to in the gathering hall.
You talked to them other man, but both of them are there together.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, they're both there together. It's like she's his apprentice, because he's like got his arms folded and just checking out her work. Awesome. He's from another Monster Hunter game. I think it might be 4. Might be Monster Hunter 4 that he's from. And she's from either 4. Yeah, I think she's from 4 as well. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, these outfits look amazing, bro. It's about to be that type of day, bro. Oh, man. Oh, he colored his shit all black. I see what he did. He colored his shit all black. Wait up. But how did he get those samurai pants? Where did he get those samurai pants from?
It's from a monster.
Which one? Oh, it's from that monster, the new one. Hey, he looked dope though. He got the Hey, Monster on a whole different level, bro. They on a whole different level. They fucking around, bro. They fucking around.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I'm sorry. They doing a lot in Monster Hunter, and I don't know if they can honestly do everything like they're doing flawlessly here. Like, we've seen this run on weaker PCs and handheld devices, and I just don't feel like Nintendo Switch is ready. I'm trying to look in that
if it's
cup.
stronger than a Steam Deck, it'd be fine. But if it's not, yeah.
Okay, there's liquid in that cup, but it's not as clear as it used to look, where it just was foamy beer. Now they made it like clear
Steam Deck is
water.
Like maybe 1.9 teraflops or so.
But the good thing is though, we can see each other in here now.
So as soon as you come here, you always see each other?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Did Chief get check this out yet?
I have no idea. I haven't heard from you. I don't know what. Nope.
That's
Arena Ricardo. Do another arena mission.
Game is dope. This game is dope. It's my personal game of the year, and I can't wait to dive into all of this stuff. Wow. It's a lot to unpack. I figured it was, but it's a lot more to unpack. I'm going to have to do a dedicated stream. It's probably going to be tomorrow. The Gamecast going to feature Monster Hunter Wilds. Wow.
Ooh,
wow,
I've
this
never
is crazy.
used that weapon.
This is crazy. This is fucking raw. Okay, yeah, I'm out of here. I'll see y'all later. I'm gonna break down on some new anime. I'm gonna give you guys a recommendation of what I'm watching. Also, I want to recommend y'all something. Look up this show called The 10th Kingdom. on Amazon Prime Video. I highly recommend it. It's if you wanted to see what Snow White story might look like in, you know, like a realistic tone, or live action, you should definitely check it out.
They give you two slow ass weapons, bro. You got to be kidding me. They give you two slow ass weapons.
Okay, so I'm currently watching The Foolish Angel. The Foolish Angel Dances with the Devil. That is the anime I've started watching on Crunchyroll. So I like it. It's on episode 3. It's pretty fucking dope. So whenever you want to check that out, if you're looking for some anime and you haven't watched this, I do recommend it. I'm watching it now. I'm on episode 3. It's got me hooked. So I'm gonna go eat this food and watch that. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, on your way out, hit that like button. It definitely helps the channel. Bro, that's crazy. East, we got a mob, but not tonight, man. I've had a long day. No lie, man. I had a long day, but this weekend I'm available, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday I'm available. So if you want to hit me up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week, I am definitely available. I'm gonna be doing some streams and shit. And hopefully we can meet up with the rest of the gamers. If anybody else has Monster Hunter Wilds, we can definitely do a private lobby and we can meet up in the Gathering Hub and chill out. So it's gonna be fun, bro. It's gonna be fun. I've been waiting for the Gathering Hub for a long time. Okay, I'm out. Have a good night, everybody.